Welcome back to the Clash Masters presented by Rush.gg. I'm Carvin, joined here with Itsu, and we're ready to bring you Qualifier week number 2 in this Clash Masters. Man, what an impactful, eventful first qualifiers. So much going down, but how are you doing here, Itsu?
I'm doing wonderful. Glad to join you on this cast and super hyped for all of those amazing matches. But I think we should dive into the format and see how everything is structured, how this tournament is set up, and what we can expect not only today, but overall. We have 3 weeks of competition, which means a lot of tournaments where you guys can sign up and compete. And it's still single elimination. And then we have top 8 teams every single week, which can fight for points and make those points then work later on, Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely. You're competing for those points that eventually to make it into the playoffs. And then that is when you're able to then join into the bracket stage and the play-in stage. And that is the amazing part about this, is really it's turned on its head, where when you're in the 5th through 8th place, the team who's 5th place can choose their opponent in the play-in stage, and then you win and you're in, which is absolutely incredible. And it will be the 3 days of competition for the bracket stage, which is going to be double elimination. And then if you make it through that, that's when you get selected to play in the play-in stage versus the teams that have already made it to play in that part from the qualifiers, whoever got enough points. And that is the incredible thing for this whole kind of new system for this season compared to the previous season of the Clash Masters. But this whole new system has a whole new prize pool as well, Itsu.
That's right. Let's dive in and take a look. In the qualifiers, we can see every single qualifier has $7,000 prize pool on the line. It's getting contributed with like the first prize getting this 2.5k, the second seed getting the 1.5k, and so on. You can see it on the left side on your screen. And then in the last chance qualifier, we see actually $4,000 on the line, Carbon. That's a lot of money, which is in this tournament, which those teams can fight for.
Absolutely incredible amount of money. But that was just before leading into the playoffs, and the playoffs is 50, where the whole thing is 50,000, but $10,000 going to first place, and then the coveted golden ticket going to be handed out to that winner, who will be then playing in the Clash of Clans finals, the World Finals, on the biggest stage of the year. It's going to be absolutely incredible. These teams are trying to make it towards that end goal, but there was an MVP from the Qualifier 1, which was last week, and that is MVP of the week, which will be handed out, and that was to QDefend's Dark Fairies, who went 3 for 3 with an average attack time of just over 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And Dark Fairies did an absolutely incredible job. And we can talk about the teams that made it or got points from the first week in Qualifier 1. And we can take a look at the leaderboard now.
Yeah, the leaderboard, you can see it. We had a couple of changes there with some of the teams were not able to meet the requirements of the tournament to stay in the leaderboard. So we have Stephanie now, Queen Walker Stephanie now on the first seed. We have QTFen with the MVP on their roster in the second seed with 12 points. And overall, the leaderboards, we have heard it in the beginning with the format. This is just from the first qualifiers, so like clans and teams can collect more and more points to make sure that they are securing one of those important playoff spots then later on.
Yeah, and you just see so many well-known names in this leaderboard here that are competing. And that's the biggest thing, is since there's so many teams that compete overall in all the qualifiers, it's really incredible to see the amount of shared teams that just come through. And it's really difficult to try to make it to this point. And just because the Queen Walker Stephanie was able to get first place in last week's qualifier, they could still compete and try to earn points in this week's qualifier. So let's go take a look at the bracket, see if they've made it to this point, and are they able to add to their lead? And here we go. No, the team who came in first place last week did not make it to this point for Open Qualifier number 2. And we have the X team, the one team that has the golden tickets. So, you know, you can't get 2 gold tickets, but they can still try for pricing and everything from there. But the matches are X Team versus Vatang, Team XO taking on Rapata Gaming, Le Code Bushido versus No Chance Black, and then Dream Age versus Marcos Gaming. And the thing that really stands out to me, Itsu, is it's all new teams here. So it could be all new points being assigned.
Yeah, so it really matters what you can contribute to your ranking point list every single week, because they're going to get added together. And yeah, those teams, this is going to be a fun weekend. But I think we should dive into the roster for our first match. Take a look at the rosters for those 2 teams. We have X Team Esports on the left side with, and we know him, right, Corbin? XBB.
Oh, yeah.
He's on the roster with his bakeries and his magic tricks. You're right as well. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be a blast to watch. We have Denden, Jaga as well, and Melly on that roster versus, not an unfamiliar name either, versus Vatang.
Yeah, Vatang coming in with Lancelot, PSW, Warning, Sincere Player, and Roylo. And you know Vatang, they've been part of the World Championship from the very start. And part of the, when we had Nova taking home the title, then part of when Alternate Attacks, Strut took home the title. And they are just a well-known team that have cemented their legacy throughout the competition. But they want to take that extra step, and they want to try to make it back and eventually win, just like all the other teams. And then, of course, you know, the team that won first place in last week, which was Queen Walker Stephanie, coming in back-to-back runners-up in the World Finals. Second place both times. You know, they are for sure eyeing that. But that's the thing is, since they won first place last week, they will have the most points going in to this week, but they didn't make it here. So they can't add any more points to the leaderboard. So it's really going to be interesting to see how all the teams through the top 4 are essentially going to be kind of almost tied in a way for points with the teams that are going to finish in the top 4 here. So it's really going to come down to week 3 when everything is going to change. But we're going to see XBB lead it off here with the Valkyries, like you mentioned, and sending these sneaky goblins into the town hall.
Yeah, interesting enough, using or investing a rage, which is quite expensive over there, and especially the rage is not lasting as long as, for example, a haste spell. So you need to be careful, but he's making the connection to the town hall. The town hall is gone within a couple of seconds, and that's one of the important things about his plans. He's always trying to take down the town hall with a flame finger, with those sneaky goblins, with something cheap like that. And now it's all about time, unleashing the Valkyries into this base and opening the entire core up with one jump spell, most likely.
Indeed, there is the jump. Valks are coming through. The Skellies are going to stand no chance. Pops the ward ability. There's the Rage. Going to absolutely shred his way through this base, and he survives through small bombs. The giant, or the bomb tower, really trying to get through the core of this base, and it absolutely now freezes the back end multi and the enemy Royal Champion. The Valks did not want to take the jump. The Valks beat through the wall to go to the Eagle Artillery, and he definitely wants his Queen to take that jump on the backside. And Valks just want to run to the bottom, and the Queen does not want to use the jump either. And let's see if they can end up running all the way back around here.
Oh no, but we have seen that those Valkyries are getting underestimated quite some times. When Cinti used the Mass Valkyrie back then in the Creative Masters series, that was just crazy. And now we have exactly that happening. The Valkyries are circling the base with the Queen, trying to follow up and trying to deal the damage which is needed. And Valkyries are quite shanky as long as they're not running into bomb towers or giant bombs. And so far, they're avoiding those quite nicely. So let's see how far they can make it. Just 30 seconds, and maybe the jump spell is still in place when the Queen needs it.
Yeah, the jump spell can actually get some great value now as the queen's going to come back around and the healers are actually still up with only 20 seconds and the Valkyries are disappearing. And the jump's gone. Oh, no.
So unfortunate, the jump spell. He placed it too early. It was just, we were just not ready for this plan. That was his plan, like walking around saying, no, I'm joking, but still, 93% to start things off. Obviously not the start he was hoping for, but still, he's always surprising us with those Valkyrie attacks. I think it's kind of crazy that he's having such a high hit rate with a troop which is not getting used that often. I think a lot of people would consider it one of the weaker troops of the game. So being able to get those 3 stars in quite consistent, even if he's failing really high percentage, is not a bad thing at all. But not the 3-star, which means a good chance for Ratang to start things off great.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, if he went with a different attack, let's say a Super Bowlers, would that have worked? Would that have been the 3-star, or does he just want to stick with something that he really enjoys to play? And, you know, we love seeing something that is different. Sincere is bringing something different from the Valkyries, and that is the Mass E-Dragon Stone Slimer. And out comes a handful of archers with the Headhunter as he wants to get these Chain Lightning from the E-Dragons all the way through this core of the base.
That's right. So far, the Queen, though, is getting attacked quite heavily from those ground expos, which is never something you want to have on your Unicorn or Queen. Town Hall is down, though, but this Town Hall poison is ticking quite a lot. And there's no big chains in the core either, so the Royal Champ now has to carry a lot, which is going to be tricky with all of those ground expos, but the E-Dragons are coming in clutch. But there is still a back-end Queen, which is going to be really hard to get through.
Well, he's got a poison spell to help slow her down. I would use it on the Queen here because that E-Drag is going to get hit by the Queen eventually. There's the poison spell. Oh, the E-Drag chained and hit her. So that is definitely nice to help take her down. But this RC, or come on, World Champion, the biggest threat is this Archer Tower. It looks like Sincere might just have enough here. Oh, this is going to be close. RC. You can do it. Oh, no! The final shot! Oh my goodness, E-Dragon, please don't find any sinking air mines! Uh-oh. 1 troop left. Can he do it?
And I think the E-Dragon is having quite some low hit points as well. So as you said, 1 black man, and this is just a done thing. Oh my god, at this point, he can't do anything about this. He just has to hope that there is no black mines around this area. Gold storage is going down. We're gonna keep going.
E-Dragon. That's all you're hoping for. Is there could be a sinking air mine at the very... But remember, the E-Drag has death damage. So even if he's able to, but this could chain here, and it damages a little bit, and he makes it no traps, and it is going to be a 3-star for Ratang to start this one off. Wow.
Yeah, and with the recent Super Dragon nerfs, we see as well, like, if you take a look at all of those high legend players, which are typically pushing with Super Dragons, we see a lot of people actually switch away from the Super Dragons, and the other 2 options are either Electro Dragons, which we have just seen, and the other option is Dragon and Dragon Rider, so like the Hydra attack, pretty much the approach. And those are right now the 2 replacement armies for Super Dragons used in Legends and by the pros. And it was a close one, but he got a 3-star in the end, which means a lead for now for Ratang.
Yeah, and that's what you want here. You want to be able to have the 3 stars coming in where we've seen, even in last week, where the wars were like a perfect war to 14. We saw 14 to 13, very high scoring wars. And the Queen Walkers had, in the very beginning, they only scored 12, which was their defenses that helped shine. But eventually, they were able to put up the stars in the later wars, and then they won it. So just because, let's say, you don't put up too many stars, as long as you're winning your wars, that is what matters here against your opponent. Granted, you've been seeing so many high-scoring wars, it just has to stick in your mind that 1 fail could cost you in a war like this.
Yeah, that's right. That's how it is at the highest level. Like, if you see those top teams compete, 1 small mistake can already be a big game changer. But at the same time, For us, it's easy to talk about that. I mean, the players have to do the job. The players have to do the heavy lifting in actually scoring those incredible numbers. So let's see if now X Team can recover from their first 2-star and now get the 3-star, and they are still opting into the Super Dragons, going for the Super Dragons onto the space with the Yeti and the Flame Flinger for their Town Hall. Having the Earthquake to activate the Town Hall, he has to freeze the mortar because, well, the Flame Flinger did not target that right away. It's a heavy investment, but it should work, maybe?
He has to use the second freeze. And here comes the archers. There's the Earthquake. He has a few archers down, but those archers, he's going to have to use a Super Dragon. Just be able to help clear those Super Archers, or those archers that have come out of the defending CC to protect that Flame Flinger. But he's not waiting with the Super Dragons coming down right now.
Yeah, and I feel like with the Town Hall being still alive and active, this is going to be a really tough job, or like a really tough position to come back from, especially now the Super Dragons finally locking onto that Town Hall and taking it down. We know how much damage they deal, even with that damage nerf. And now they're going to push further into the core of the space. But there's a lot of Black Mines, and with that, this core Super Dragon is going to fall before the Single Inferno Tower can be taken down. And the core Single Inferno Tower can be not only a big threat to those Super Dragons, but as well to the heroes, which typically have to finish off the job. So this attack, again, is not looking too good for X Team.
No, it's not. Without builders now repairing that single target Inferno and the Flame Flinger just opening up on the top side of the base as an additional Super Dragon comes out of there. The Rage spell is being used on some of his heroes to the bottom side, but the Queen now will be able to lock on and go for that single. But his RC's abilities are already been used, but we still have quite a bit on the back side of this base that might just be too much here.
Yeah, the Queen now finally taking down that Single Inferno Tower. The question is, does his Queen take it down? No, he even has to use the Queen ability. And with that, and not being able to reach the backhand Inferno Tower or anything else, he is going to fall short on this base. And that's another base for Ratang. So far, 2 defenses and twice defending on 2 stars, which is an incredible job of the base building team of Ratang. And with that, they can get a really high lead in this match because they still have an attack, and if they're 3-star again, this would be a 2-star lead early on.
Yeah, having those 2 triples compared to the 2 defenses is going to be very difficult to make a comeback for X Team. I mean, they do have a golden ticket, so that's the one thing that is on their side. Even if they don't win this whole Clash Masters in terms of qualifying, they've already made it to the final competition stage with that golden ticket, but they still want to win because if they win it overall first place in this whole Clash Masters, then the gold ticket would go to the second place, and they would still make the prize money of $10,000. So that's what they're still fighting for, is to get that money. And, you know, like all the other players that have been competing over this whole year and even the previous years, it's just incredible to see how it all breaks down, and it's just all of this competition through all these different leagues is amazing to see. And this one is going to be incredible here with qualifier number 2. Plus, next week is qualifier number 3. There's only the 3 weeks of competition before we get into the last chance qualifiers and then the playoffs for this Clash Masters.
Yeah, that's right. As we have said in the beginning, it's 3 weeks of competition where those teams have the chance of competing against each other and collecting those points to qualify for the next stages of the tournament. And now we have the next attack in, and we can see X Team really preferring those legend type bases, and they're going with the same style as they're always going, using those bases which are known in the Legend League and which are there for a reason. Like, those bases can really sometimes mess things up and then cost a really low percentage, and that could be a good way to maybe come back. And you have the Suilalu approach from Batang, and that, the town was going down. I think he got what he was coming for, so that's already looking good for him.
Yeah, with that Queen ability being used, can she take out the air defense as well? Another shot, and oh, she retargeted onto the Archer there, so the air defense will stay. Well, we got a very annoying CC with a witch inside of there. Oh my goodness. This might just be Homura here, as I think we'll have to see. But we got the balloons coming in from the top side. Can Rilla for Vatang be able to 3-star and push these balloons straight into the core, as that RC is going to use the invisibility to keep her up. One shot this air defense. Yes, that was enough to take it down, as the Stone Slammer opens over the scatter shot with the Rage coming down the right side.
Yeah, the Rage really nicely taking down the scatter shot right away.
Oh,
Wardenability now tanking all
wow.
of those red mines. That was a beautiful Warden timing right there. And take a look at that. The heal spell covering everything, making sure that if there would be even more red mines, they have no chance. The last phrase is, yeah, giving this base the the rest, because this base is just completely obliterated. Really nicely done. Really great attack with the sweet Lalo on this base. A nice quick dive for the Town Hall with the Queen, and then just the flanking compartment with the King and Royal Champion. Dealing a lot of damage to the base to make sure that this Lalo is having no problems whatsoever. So nice job, and that's exactly the position we were talking about, Carbon. Now we have a 2-star lead, and you were talking about the crazy high scores. That is something to keep in mind, because this now is going to be really hard to come back from X Team.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I would love to see it. Maybe we can talk with Chase the Ace about how many times a team's been down 0-2 in terms of triple count to come back to win a war. I can't imagine it being too high, because that is such a difficult feat to do. And when you have to make up those 2 triples, you have to hope that the enemy does come in with fails on their next set of attacks. But Vatang have just been coming off so strong with attacks that have been really nice to see. And the E-Dragon just barely for Vatang getting that first triple. And then that overwhelming Suilalo there, getting that one done. The Queen got the Town Hall. Royal Champion got some great value. And then a perfectly timed Warden ability through the core of the base, which is setting up Vatang for so much success here with the back-to-back triples and then the back-to-back defenses against X Team. They're going to have to triple out to have a chance and hope to defend against Vatang, which if they do want to defend, they need them to also score lower percentage than their 2 attacks as well. So everything is on Vatang's side here.
Yeah, that's for sure. They have everything in their own hands with those 2 stars in the lead. At the same time, X Team now, it's really hard to come back from that, as you said, but especially like mindset-wise, being in this position, like for the players, we as casters are already saying, okay, this is a really hard position to be in. But actually being in that position as a player is not easy, like mindset-wise. Okay, guys, we just have to only care about our own attacks. That's everything we have to look at this point. Everything else is out of our control. So concentrate on our own plans, make sure that we can get those last 3 stars in and maybe have a chance of a comeback. Just this mindset is really important. And typically you have like 1 or 2 players in your team who are trying to like cheer you up and make sure that everyone is motivated and keep going, because as a normal player, it kind of feels sometimes devastating being early on, especially 2 stars behind. So let's see if they have this man in their roster, and it's going to be Queen Charge Hybrid to get them back on track. Now let's see if Jagger can actually do this.
Yeah, with a single target Inferno near the Town Hall, looks like the Queen's going to be walking to the right side. Yes, so the Queen does indeed walk to the right. Super Wall Breaker comes down to open this area up. You just have to be careful, because that is a lot of damage behind the Town Hall here. And the Clan Castle's there. Typically, you tend to see a Lava Hound in the Clan Castle to help defend when you're walking in towards the Town Hall, especially near a single target Inferno, to stop and slow that Queen up so she can't take that single target Inferno down, and then she gets absolutely destroyed by it. We'll see if that's the case here, as the Queen is slowly making her way in, but he wants to set up a funnel to then have the King come on one side, which is the left, and then on the left, it looks like that is where he's going to send the Miners and Hogs with that hybrid.
That's right into the Tesla farm right there, and the scatter shot now is having to deal with quite a lot of damage to make sure those hybrid troops are not getting too far. And we have to take a look at spring traps. There is the first couple of miners getting spring trapped away. Another spring trap, another 2 miners are gone. because at this point, spring traps are the biggest enemy for those hybrid pushes. And if there's no spring traps in between to take those miners out, Green Charge Hybrid is still an incredible strong strategy if used right. But at the moment, troops are splitting quite a lot. Let's see where he's using the heal at the bottom side. This means this huge group of miners around the Royal Champion all getting taken down. And this now is the question if this bottom side can survive. But so far, it looks like all of those troops are just disappearing.
Yeah, they have all disappeared here, and no more miners or hogs. The Royal Champ's ability is going to be forced. There's an invisibility spell to reroute away from the king, but this queen is up. She can walk around the edge, but that's it. Jaga's going to be falling short, and another defense here for Vitang, holding strong.
Crazy job to their base builders. I feel like, especially in this current meta, as you just mentioned earlier, I feel like having good defense is a really key thing. And
yeah,
as you have said with Queen Walkers, it's allowing you to do a couple of mistakes as well on your own. So far, Vitang did no mistakes. This is why this looks or keeps looking quite one-sided. But X Team really falling short on those Vitang bases. And the Queen might get one or more true buildings, but that's going to be it, below 80%. And that's an incredible good defense.
Absolutely. 77% there for Jaga of X Team. And that is now 3 back-to-back-to-back fails here for X Team. And Vitang coming in, if they go with another 3-star, they are absolutely just walking away with this war. We have a total of 4 wars here today. You guys do not want to miss all back-to-back, so we will have them all. And then we'll have 4 more wars tomorrow to be crowning first place for this qualifiers. Remember, it's not about winning it all and then making the playoffs. Just because you win first place doesn't mean you're guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. That gives you points, right? Queen Walker Stephanie came in first place. So last week, they got the most points. So they are looking really good, because if it's all new teams next week, then they will for sure be in first place, and it will come down to the other teams trying to make it in the top 4. Because you want to be there, so you don't have to play in the last chance qualifiers in the play-in stage, which is a whole different beast to have to do as well. Well, PSW of Vitang is now coming in with his Super Dragons to try to get value and push his way through.
Yeah, and a nice job with that Golem, making sure that he takes down the defending Golem King. And now the Eagle as well and the Super Dragons are about to get unleashed onto this base, right into that scatter compartment. And then with maybe a cheeky blimp into that Town Hall. But this blimp has to reach its target, otherwise this attack might be doomed, and a 1-star might give X Team the chance of coming back. The vulnerability has to be used early. He's catching that blimp. A 1-tornado trap or something, and this blimp is not going to reach its target. There's rat bombs, black mines, and everything, but there's no tornado trap. What would be the important thing?
Oh,
and it's reaching it, especially with the cloned Yeti blimp, but he cloned a couple of sneaky goblins as well.
Yeah, with that clone up Yeti helps take out a little bit more there. I'm assuming the tornado trap would actually be where that sweeper is pointing. And maybe that's where he was thinking that the Super Dragons were going to come, or some type of air attack like dragons. But the Super Dragons came to the other side, avoid the tornado with some of the top side. The Royal Champion is still making her way through with a freeze down. And we still have our ability. This is looking good for another 3-star for Vitang. Wow.
Yeah, this is looking incredible. That Queen's even staying alive for now. The one Super Dragon is getting taken down by the air defense, but that Royal Champion should be easy taking care of the last 2 defenses with that double Tesla at the top side. And that's going to be another 3-star on the board of Vitang. They're not only defending incredible well, but as well getting those 3-stars in on offense. So really good showing from Vitang so far, and really showing that, well, they won some more points in the qualifier.
Yeah, and look at that. Beautiful job. Now that is sick, or that's another triple, because that's going to put them to 9, and X Team is only at 6 with all of 3 of their attacks. It's just been 2 stars for each one for X Team. and they are just not looking good. Right now, they just want to get 2 more stars to put, or 2 more triples, I should say, to put up in this war here, but it's just not going their way here, and Vitang is coming in strong with their defenses. And yes, we did see X Team with the golden ticket from earlier in this year, so they will be making it to the finals, the world stage, but they're still trying to make some playoff points here and eventually make it to the playoffs to try to earn some prize money, as well as competing in this tournament here of the Clash Masters. Well, you know, Vitang, they want to try to get first place in this qualifiers to eventually qualify for the playoffs and try to have their chance at getting the golden ticket and join X Team into the world stage. But it's just incredible to see the attacks. And we saw a Super Dragon attack coming in just last attack, and it was strong because we did see an update, balance changes that affected the Super Dragon specifically. And then also the Seeking Air Mine that does more damage, which in reality affects Super Dragons, Dragons, Lava Hounds, and even the Battle Blimp. Really, when you want to try to send that Battle Blimp across the base, if you find some Seeking Air Mines, it's way more likelihood, or even more likely, that it will actually get taken down quicker because of the increase in damage from that Seeking Air Mine.
Yeah, that's right. Air got quite some hit, but still we're seeing mainly air so far when it's coming down to 3 stars, and this attack is going to be no different whatsoever. But instead of Super Dragons, we are going to see a Blizzard with the Inferno Dragons. Okay, that's an interesting combination right there.
Yeah.
Blimp is going to connect, and that should be some great value.
Oh. Yeah, with the Blimp coming in towards, the Blizzard does help take down this area, and the CC goes down. This whole left side kind of helps get taken down, and we got some minions being used with the the Inferno Dragons are coming down to the bottom side of this base to move in towards this Eagle Artillery right off the bat, and then potentially have his heroes loop around to eventually make their way to the town hall. But even the Queen just got deployed to the bottom side down here.
That Queen has it set, and this town hall has to somehow fall. He's trying to push the Inferno Dragons back into the town direction, but he's still having to go a long way, and now he's committing as well with that King for that Queen to tank, and he's somehow trying to push those Inferno Dragons back into it. But with that Blizzard, he is not having too many spells left either. The Tesla farm with that Scatter Shot is giving his heroes quite some problem, but I feel like the heroes now, they are the main force to somehow get that town hall. Otherwise, this is not only a 2-star, it might be a 1-star.
Yeah, I mean, it pops the Warden ability here now to protect a bunch of the troops, including the King and his Barbarians. But remember, they are down by quite a bit with the 3 triples from Vitang and nothing from X Team. And he's looking just to put up a 3-star here on the board with the RC still having her ability. The freeze goes down, has an invisibility spell. Can the Queen step in towards this town hall? Has her ability. There's another freeze used. RC now, use across. Down goes the Archer Tower. Will be able to secure the town hall. The invisibility spell is down. Secures the town hall, but still has a Queen ability to try to finish his base off.
Oh, 30 seconds as well. The 1 minion doing a great job on this far left side on the cannon. But Queen in the town hall poison.
No.
He has to use the ability.
No,
the giant bomb.
I don't even think he would have been able to survive the town hall poison because he let his Queen ability get down too low. You have to pop that Queen ability like earlier, I believe, to even have a chance. But that town hall was met with the traps around it, and it is just not X Team's day here, and that's another 2-star, and they're on pace for a 10-star war. And you would never have thought that X Team would be getting a 10-star war. They still have one more attack, but Vatang is just walking away with this one.
That's right, and so far still perfect on offense, so more excited to see what they're coming in with next. If it's going to keep being air, because we have talked about it, we had a lot of nerfs for air troops and buffs for the defenses which can target air and traps in general, but we keep seeing air. Queen Charge Lalo is now the next attack onto this base with a lot of traps over there. Question now is, can he take down this town hall with this blimp?
Yeah, okay, nice. The Sneaky Goblins were able to lock directly onto the Town Hall here and pulled all those other traps around it. Queen, Rage, Poison to help clear the CC, and quite a bit of damage here.
Yeah, Rage had to be invested early on the Poison. Now he's trying to make sure that those pups have no chance whatsoever.
Oh, can he get it though? The Queen is able to make her way left, it looks like, with 2 scatter shots next to a single target Inferno. At this rate, it looks like the Queen is going to path her way to the left and then maybe walk in to get some expos here. And these scatter shots just has to be able to make sure that he keeps this Queen protected, drop some balloons to pull some Seeking Air Mines to protect these healers. And there is the first balloon, and the Queen does path her way in.
Yes, Queen path into this, and he has 3 rages left, so things should be looking good for him now. Single Inferno Tower is locked onto that Queen, so he has to be careful with the freeze or something. Question now is no, he has to use the Queen ability and the poison and the invisibility spell. And now the Queen is walking around, but at least there was a base building mistake in there, and he was able to reach the scatter.
Yeah, and the Queen's gonna walk around to the bottom side. As now here comes Alalo with the Royal Champion to the top into the enemy RC. Gonna see a Rage spell down. He's gonna probably pop the Warden Ability, protect everything. Nope. Rages this Queen up, making his way through. These balloons need to be protected. He's waiting and being very patient, and finally now pops that Warden Internal Tome.
Yeah, with that wall break, trying to get the King back into this topside compartment, which he's doing a great job with. But as you said, like, this core is really, really devastating, like, looking really devastating. At the same time, it's only 35 seconds, so can those loons now finish off the remaining defenses on the right side to make sure time is less likely a problem? But there's the defending King as well. Without the Queen ability, it's going to be a really hard thing. It feels like this should be the first defense for X Team.
Yeah, it will indeed be the first defense here. Warning, very nice try, but that Queen unfortunately walking around to the bottom. You know that he wanted that Queen to get both those scatter shots, get the incredible value in the core, then to Lalo around, and that's what went wrong. Maybe if he used the invisibility spell to help reroute the Queen into the core, freezing up the single, but unfortunately he was not able to end up getting that done, and then the Queen walked to the bottom side, but that's okay. Vatang taking this one here. And X Team are just looking to put up a 1 triple. To think that that's what they're hoping for at this point, to put 1 triple in the war, because if they don't, they will only be putting up 10. And Vatang has just been incredible with their defenses to hold X Team to such a low score.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's really, really not easy to do. But as you said, they're looking now for their first triple to get onto this 11-star count and at least show their presence in here. But as you said as well, otherwise this match looks pretty much done, except there's something unexpected happening. But yeah, X Team going to hit next. We have to wait what they're coming up with next. And if we see finally some ground, I think the only ground tech which we have seen so far in this match was the Queen Charge Hybrid, which did fall short quite a bit, and I think did not go according to plan.
We did see the Valks at the very beginning. XBV and his coveted Valks. Yeah, the very first attack. So, yeah, XBV came in with the Valks, but unfortunately the jump wore off and wasn't able to get it. So, that was very unfortunate. But Millie for X Team now is indeed bringing the air again with the Hydra. No Super Dragons here, has a mix of the Dragons and Dragon Riders, and he wants this blimp to fly not all the way to the town hall, but at least get in towards near that single so he can use a double or even the triple clone in this area.
There's the clones coming in, and he's cloning towards the town hall. The tornado trap, though, is keeping them in place. The tornado trap is denying. Oh, wait, is it denying the town hall? Let's see, another freeze is coming in. The loons are taking down the town hall. Beautiful space right there. But still, there's a lot of base left, which he has to get through because the score did not go down at all.
Yeah, one dragon tries to make his way back to the core and does not. We got a ton of dragons off to the top right side. While the champion is trying to make it through the enemy RC, does end up taking her out. RC ability goes off, takes out the air defense, but 2 Inferno Towers still left. The Queen's ability can take out the scatter shot here. It does. Down goes the Unicorn. But this Infernos and the air defense could be way too much. But we do have a handful of dragons that could get a lot of value. Let's see if they're able to make their way around. Oh, the Tesla does stay up here, which is going to be a problem.
Yeah, but they have to go against the sweepers, so this is going to be a really big problem for the attacker. You can see the sweeper is doing his job of pushing those dragons back, and I think at some point there's going to be some more air traps, which we have talked about, got buffed. And not only that, we have this small damage island. We can call this that way.
Yeah.
Air defense and warden and a Tesla. That's a lot of damage. There's the first black man we were talking about. And now they have to somehow overcome this core, but I don't see that's going to work.
Yeah, with that air defense there, 2 Infernos, the Grand Warden Altar, the Sweeper pushing back. It's looking like X Team is just going to be held to 2 stars for this whole war. And Vatang, even with 4 attacks, will have the 1-star advantage going into the final attack, which is such a rare sight. You don't see it all too often, but it's just been an incredible amount of defenses from Vatang. And you know, X Team are not going to be happy with this result here in the Clash Masters. Only putting up 10 stars. Vatang is looking really good to put up another triple to get all the way up to 14. And that's what you have to do to be competing at the stage, is be putting up those 14-star wars, as every team knows that 10 stars is just not going to cut it. And it's just really been a defensive showcase for Vatang.
Yeah, that's 100% right. And especially just the team with the golden ticket. I don't think they're happy about the performance. As you said, they're competing at this point for the prize money. But still, obviously, you take this as practice and want to compete and try to show your best. Overall. So overall, they were not happy with their performance. But I think especially one thing which I feel like is a tendency, I feel the first attack of XBB is having so much impact for their team, because when they qualified for the golden ticket, the only match which they lost is where XBB in the first attack did one of his worst attacks overall, and then the entire team kind of fall apart, it felt like. While in the other matches which they won, XBB nearly always were, and I did get the 3-star in. So he's a really, really important starter for his team, just to get the motivation up, it feels like. And now we have the last attack of the tank. Queen Charge Lado from Lance Loda versus this, legend-style looking base. Let's put it like this.
Yeah, indeed. With that blimp of the Yeti and Rocket Loon to help now take out the multi-target Inferno so that the Queen's healers do not get hit by it, as she walks right on to the right side, dropping a balloon to Task Force seeking air mine. The King is down. He's going to try another wall break in towards the core of this base, get to deal with this Ice Golem Lava Hound CC. Poison Spell is going to help a little bit here to secure that and take that out, as the King can help set a funnel to force this Queen straight on in.
That's right, and he has one more jump split to get further into the core of the base and trying to take down and die for that Town Hall, because this Town Hall is the big deal he is looking for. Another test loon is coming in, a nice angle to make sure his healers are staying safe. Is there any black mines? So far, no. Yes, there is one black mine, which means one healer just got saved with this one. And he has the Warden, he has the Royal Champion, and a huge Lalo part, so this is looking pretty good if he can take down that Town Hall.
Yeah, he needs to keep that queen alive through a lot of this damage here with the ground expo, and then he will have to encounter the enemy queen as he approaches towards the top side. Let's see where he wants to drop this jump. Maybe over the queen platform. There's the poison to slow her down, as he didn't need the second one for that CC. So he slows her down. There's the jump. There's the rage to keep this queen going.
And there's the Lalo coming in as well from that top side, right into that multi-inferno tower. And the queen now slowly fishing for that town hall. Town hall is about to get taken down. The invisibility spell keeping that queen and especially the healers safe. And with that now, this Lalo has to somehow overpower this back. And there's another multi-inferno tower, Carbon.
Red air bombs. But he can use the warded ability to protect the balloons and the queen. There's a rage. Raw champion. Oh, does he? No, I don't think he protected the raw champ with the warden internal tome. But it might not even matter because he's got more balloons on the backside and another freeze. And Lanzalata is looking good. Queen ability can go off to take out the air defense. I would pop that queen ability because it's doing some damage to the balloons. Well, he got 25 seconds, so it's a matter of cleanup. There's the freeze on the archer tower. Ability goes off. Wall break, and he's gonna get it. The queen. We've got the cleanup around, and down that goes, and another triple for Vatang. Lanzalata, what a great attack.
Yeah, not only a really strong defensive showcase of their skill, but as well their offense. 14 stars, that was the amount which you said before the match. Those teams need to get to actually have a really good chance of winning those matches on their own. They not only delivered on offense, but on defense as well. So really great showing. And I think they can be happy with this match and can be looking forward for the matches then tomorrow, because we're going to see Vatang then tomorrow again in the next matches. But there's many more matches today, which are still going to happen.
Yeah, and you meant to talk about the matches coming up. Let's take a look at the bracket to see what those matches will be. There are 3 more later here today. And the next one is going to be Team XO versus Repotted Gaming. The winner of that will take on Vatang. But then later, we have Lakota Bushido versus No Chance Black. And then to close it out is going to be Dream Age taking on Marcos Gaming. So a lot of teams that we have seen and heard before. So it's going to be great to see all new fresh faces from last week. That's the thing, is the competition is fierce. They are battling it out. And when you see all new teams every single week, it just shows you just the level of competition, that there's no one clear favorite. Because I think back to last year, where throughout all the different tournaments, Ultra Tech Strikes, they were the team that was really kind of leading the charge. They were kind of always qualifying, but they're not. They weren't in it last week. They are not in it this week. So I know a lot of people are really wondering, like, where are they? Well, it's just that's the competition. It's so difficult. You just never know. It's just you have to be on your A game every single match to get to this stage of the competition. And all the teams that made it here have shown through this qualifiers they have had it, but it's a difficult road to pave, and these teams are trying to do it here.
Yeah, that's 100% right. I think obviously the meta is part of this as well. But I think, as I said in the beginning, Strat alternate back then, we're just leading in things like organization, base building, things like that. But over the time, other teams catching up, and everyone is getting kind of really high on this level. And here we are, so many different teams every single time. Seeing those teams competing at the highest level is incredible to see. It's incredible to see how much all of those players have evolved, because we see a lot of players as well just like one-tricking pretty much one army, because with Legend League nowadays you can practice certain armies so well that you can get crazy comebacks still in your attacks and 3-star still. So I feel like players as well have gotten so good over the time. But I think we have hyped up the next match. I think we should take a look at the rosters now and see how they look like and what players are facing off, because we have Team XO with Yash, Papa Mogambo, we have Zaukia, we have Manjeet, Singh, and Sam on the Team XO side.
Yes. Yeah, and then repotted, we have Philip, Largo, Generalist, Timtastic, and Mech. And I'm thinking between these two teams, it's going to be an absolutely incredible matchup. But I know the one player that really stands out to me that I remember in the back of my mind is Sam over on Team XO. And I remember he loves to come in with the Mass E-Dragons, but his Mass E-Dragon attacks are so quick. So that's the thing with Team XO. If it comes down to a tie war, Team XO might just be a team that comes in with faster attacks because they might come in with those E-Dragons, maybe some Super Dragons. I'm going to be curious to see if Sam comes in with that same thing of the Mass E-Dragons. And I think he almost came in with like an attack that was like a minute and a half, tripling a Town Hall 14, which is wild to think about, or maybe even less than that. But we know that Repotted Gaming is one of the top teams competitively as well, and they could take on anybody in these wars.
Yeah, especially like if you think about Electro Dragon attackers and who the best are out there at the moment, I think there's always three names coming to your mind. Sam is one of them, Papa Mogambo is one of them, and Nikita is one of them. So those three are really dominating with this troop. And two out of those top three are in the same team in this one. So the question now is, because Reported Gaming is really good with their base building, so the question is, did they prepare? We have Sam in with the Electro Dragons, and I think we really need to take a look at possible air skeleton traps to see if they somehow defended that. Electrons are in, first Rages are in, so now let's see how. Oh my, so many lightning value already.
Yeah, the chains are going through. He's moving through. Is this going to be an attack that's going to be a 3-star in 1 minute? Here we go. Pulls out this clan castle, drops the poison spell, freezes up the sweeper. He loses an E-Drag over the enemy RC, loses another E-Drag off to the right side, but he's trying to path them into the core with the rage down. There's the freeze on the enemy queen. But this enemy world champion is doing quite a bit of work here.
Yeah, but those chains are looking so good. There's another freeze, but this Air Sweeper is really giving him a tough job. There's now more chains coming in. Now slowly the Warden is taking down all of those buildings. There's another blimp coming in. Is there any traps? He did not use any test loons. But the blimp is going to connect. The town hall is going to go down. And now everything is relying on his heroes. He has the Royal Champion. He has the Queen. And he has a dream to getting this 3-star done.
Yeah, with that RC still to use one free spell. Probably going to have to end up using it on towards the single target, but unless that Queen ability. Oh no, he does pull out the Lava Hound with his Queen, so that is going to be a big distraction, including ground skellies over for Champ.
Yeah, the King now slowly walking around this bottom side, tanking a little bit. It's a close one. You said it, Royal Champion though is still there, so he can take down the Inferno Towers. Maybe the single Inferno Tower is the big threat, but he should be able to take it down, especially because the Unicorn is tanking. And this means Sam is getting it done. Wow, what an attack with this finished Royal. Like, that Royal Champion was cracked.
What? How did this work? The Royal Champion and Heroes overpower the backside of this base. Sam, with the 8 E-Dragons, coming away with the 3-star for the very first attack for Team XO. And, hey, we talked about it right before the attack came in. We knew that Team XO was probably going to come in with some E-Dragons, and they did just that. And I guess just Repotted couldn't stop it.
That's right, but just like the chain value right there in this base around the scatter compartment and everything, this is like the thing which the base builders have to adapt to now, because a lot of people are opting away from Super Dragons and now going more towards the Electro Dragons, for example. This is a complete different setup for base building, because against Super Dragons, you want to have one tile in between of your buildings. Against Electro Dragons, you want to have like 2 tiles in between of your building to deny the chain value. So something completely different setup-wise, and it's hard to defend both. Reported decided to go against the Super Dragons with this setup, and it did not pay off. And this means we have the first 3-shot in our hands. The question now is, can Reported answer this time, or is it going to be another one-sided match as the first one?
Yeah, we'll have to see. as the first one did end up in a 14-10 war. Vatang defeated X Team there. So if you're just joining here, that was completely one-sided, like you mentioned, and Vatang is moving on to play into tomorrow. But we have Philip looking to answer for a 3-star of their own, and he's using... No! He missed that other Inferno Tower. Did he take like 10 lightning spells or something, it seems? Because you need 5 in order to take down each one of the Inferno Towers. And that one is barely just staying up here.
Yeah, and that can be devastating because an Inferno Tower, without too many spells to deal with that, it's not easy. At the moment, even the Queen is not walking in. He wants to get that Town Hall. The Queen is coming back, though, to make sure that the Town Hall should be going down soon. But the Town Hall now is activated as well and dealing a lot of damage. He needs to engage that soon. And there we go. Queen ability to take down the Town Hall. Royal Champion now with the King together to take down the Right Scatter and the Royal Champion if everything works. And then he has a huge Lalo, but there is still a lot of base left, and especially this multi-Inferno Tower can be a big problem.
Yeah, that multi-Inferno is staying up here. You definitely want that down. Does secure the enemy Royal Champion. His RC is not going to be able to get anything else because the Headhunter is going to take her down. The Wizard Tower goes down to the balloon, but that multi-target Inferno is still up, and the Lalo is now starting over the Eagle Artillery. Get ready for the Warden. Headhunter is going to run straight for him. Needs to poison this Headhunter up as he flies his way through over this Tesla farm in towards the Eagle.
Yeah, the Slammer, he's trying to push the Slammer into that multi-Inferno Tower if possible, but those loons at the top side, they're just disappearing against this Tesla farm. This is just crazy. Yeah. So many loons just got melted at this top side, and if this Slammer is not doing any, like, crazy wonders right now, this might look like a defense, especially with the Scatter and Queen on the back end still alive.
Well, he dropped... Okay, I was going to say, he's not dropping any balloons to go for that multi. He finally does just that. But he has a Dragon coming out, freezing up the Scatter Shot and the Air Defense on the backside. Gonna have to pop this Warden in Eternal Tome once the freeze wears off. Pops it. Beautiful, right there. The one balloon on the backside takes and secures that multi-target Inferno, so that's fantastic value. And the Dragon goes straight for the Queen somehow. What a perfect pathing of that Dragon. Unless he's going to have enough with an invisibility spell, he could use a super wall breaker to move. Oh, he uses an Archer and pulls the Hound to the left. Uh-oh, 20 seconds. But
remember, behind the tunnel, there's most of the time a lot of air traps, so things can still go wrong. Are there any traps? No, that's the big question. We have now red mines coming up, black mine as well, but the Inferno Tower is going down. It's now 5 seconds.
Come on. Oh, yes! Philip with the 3-star for repotted. What a great job just pulling away with it, and now we have an answer. A triple from both sides. What a great finish there for Philip, and man, he used the lightning to help take down the Infernos. That one Inferno on the right side didn't go down, but he sent that back end loon to secure it, and that made all the difference.
Yeah, and both teams starting off strong, 3 stars each on those two sides. So this should be an exciting match. And maybe one of those matches which you have highlighted earlier with like last week's qualifier with really high scores. So far, we have kind of not really seen that. So let's see if we have the second match being one of those crazy scores with like 14, 15 stars. If one of those two teams can actually make it that far. As for the do we see Electro Dragons again now? Maybe from Papa Mogambo. I think we know him. He's an Electro Dragon mastermind. Is he going to go in? No, it's actually a Lalo attack first. And that one is going to be a Blizzard.
Yeah, the Blizzard with that blimp. Invis is down. Finds a Giant Bomb. He's going to be able to take down the Bomb Tower. Grabbing this value can take out a Scatter Shot, some Air Skellies. The enemy Royal Champion. Come on, yes, takes that down, and now they can backtrack and go for the Air Expo as well, and the Grand Warden Altar. Wow. Oh, very nice. Get some great value there to help set up the rest of the heroes to get their value, potentially either into the Town Hall or towards the Eagle, because, well, if you send your heroes to the Eagle, you have to Lalo or Town Hall, that's risky. So, and it looks like he's doing just that.
Yeah, this is going to be quite risky. I cannot remember on the first base where Reported had their tornado trap. But if there's a tornado trap behind the town hall, keeping those loons inside the town of poison, this is never good news for your Lalo push. So let's see. There's a spring trap to deny the value of the Ice Golem. The Ice Golem's getting taken down right away. The Royal Champion coming in as well to get pushed into that multi-inferno tower to take down at least one of them. There's two multi-inferno towers lined up right next to each other. And now his troops are engaging slowly that defending king. And now the question is, he has no Warbreaker left. Can he even take down or approach to take down that Scattershot as well?
Oh, he uses an Invis on his RC. Needs to reroute for that multi, but that tornado trap slowed him down. And the enemy queen reroutes the RC so she doesn't go for it. That's the value that he wanted, and the Lalo is indeed coming straight over the town hall. There's the freeze, but doesn't freeze up the builders or the Tesla farm. Warden's flying all the way across to follow the hound, but now pops the ability. Oh. There's the haste. There wasn't a tornado trap over there, though.
That was genius for him. The tornado trap was, I think, around the Royal Champion. So now everything is coming down to that defending multi-inferno tower. Oh no, the scatter shot is dealing so much damage and there's more black mines. No way that multi-inferno tower is staying alive, but the queen!
His queen is still up with ability. What? Wow. It will work. Gee, wait a second, hold on. Queen is gonna have to go through a wall, but the unicorn's still up. These minions and Headhunter are going to run over to the queen, pulls the ground. Oh, she's reaching over the wall. That's right. And luckily, she will take it down. No problem there. And another triple from Team XO. Took the risky blimp in terms of landing there and then sending the heroes on the complete opposite side of the town hall. Sending that Lalo over the town hall paid off. It could be risky, but it is also something that can be really strong and can get the 3-star. And that's indeed what happened here. Great job from Team XO. And we're just have to see Repotted. They must answer to tie this one up.
Yeah, and especially I just think the Warden was so clutch. Like, even though it looked kind of strange where he was trying to like follow, go really deep into the base, but the reason for that is that two hounds were stacking on top of each other, and the Warden is obviously following always like the most true space and things like that. And if you have two hounds stacking on top of each other, they're more worth than a couple of smaller group of loons. So following the hounds and actually being able to hit everything with that Warden ability was incredible, getting so much value, and especially was able to dive further into the back end. And then with that queen, that was just crazy finish. But we have another attack. Fantastic is in with a Lalo attack. No Blizzard, but instead onto this ring base with the jump. So he is going for that town hall. He is going all in and wants to take down everything at once.
He really is going all in because he doesn't have healers. So let's see if he can get this value as the Royal Champion was over the wall. So the Yetis couldn't take her out. And, oh, I can't help but think that he didn't get the value he wanted. He wanted probably a scatter shot, maybe even a wizard tower or something else, including that Royal Champion. Granted, she is just barely any health remaining. Even a poison spell can take her down while she's standing there. But his queen is going to help clear the CC, and he needs to loop her all the way into the tunnel in the core of the space, or at least utilize that jump spell somehow, because we'll have to see if that value will come through with 27 balloons. With an Ice Golem as well, probably the king going to help try to protect this queen to push her way in.
Yeah, and I don't know if I saw this right, but I think the one Yeti attacked the Royal Champion over the wall. That looked kind of crazy and kind of wrong, but either way, the queen now is leading the charge into that base with the king together. And if he's not going to get that town hall, this would be a huge investment for nothing pretty much, because this town hall has to go down. Yes, the next war break, but because of the Tesla farm, there's already so much damage. Unicorn is taking damage as well. He has still a long way to go. The town hall is so far. There's now the jump, and this queen has to reach a lot with this unicorn so far with the invisibility spell, keeping the unicorn and the queen alive, but still, that town hall is far, far away, and we have 2 scatter shots protecting it as well.
Yeah, he's gonna freeze up the builder hut. Has the queen ability, but not much help. The eagle locks. Oh, did he get a shot off? Pops the queen ability. She locks onto the scatter shot, then the world champion, and then the town hall. But it's not gonna be. Oh, the freeze. He's gonna have to. He doesn't have any more freezes. That queen's gone. She's got taken out, but the town hall stays. They might not even path to the town hall. Is the problem? Oh no.
No, he has nothing pathing towards the town hall. Is this going to be again
What?
a devastating 1-star for reported? But there is so many loons. Can this town hall do a 1 versus 1 million loons? Many more red mines are coming up. There is so many loons.
One's dead.
But the town hall.
What? Oh, you have to be kidding me. The risky play did indeed not pay off. And Timtastic is going to come away with a high percentage 1-star. You hate to see it. It was risky, and the town hall for Papa Mogambo stays up and going to be a 1-star for Repotted. And that is going to be devastating there. So that's going to put them to 4 stars here. And that means we have 2 triples on the side of Team XO. And if we think about it, it's in a sense the same as the first war. 2 triples to what it almost seems like 2 stars each in terms of because of the 1-star. So now that's going to be hard to come back from. So they're going to hope for defenses, but oh, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because it feels like history repeats. We had this as well already in the first golden ticket tournament, where as well a 1-star on a ring base was the end for Reported. So really ring bases seem to be their nemesis so far. Really unfortunate. But I mean, we have them clutch like matches like these already. It's hard. We have talked about this already early on. It's hard to get a comeback from this, but it is definitely possible. But we have now the next attack coming in with the Hydra attack with, it seems like somewhat of a blimp, maybe maybe like a Super Minion blimp. What would be your guess?
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, that would be my guess with the clone spell and some invisibility spells as well. We'll have to see that blimp probably come over when he wants to pop the wooden ability to protect these balloons, and the dragon pulls up into the CC and just barely clips that blimp and protects it with the wooden ability. Forced to use that freeze to try to get that blimp across to land near the town hall. And there it is, the invis. There's the rage. And clone comes down for these super minions.
Yeah, clones and super minions can even take down the Royal Champion. Incredible value right there. But still, the scatter shot and 1 more expo is still alive. But there is so many dragons. There's even a baby dragon in the mix somehow. But with that, King and the Queen goes from the outside. And take a look at that unicorn. I mean, the unicorn got nerfed, yes, but the unicorn is keeping that Queen alive again, making sure that she's getting healed up all the way. And the Royal Champion, I mean, the Royal Champion is still left there as well. So things are looking really good. Team XO do not leave anything unanswered. And this means they're 3 out of 3 versus Reported.
Oh my.
We really need to get this next attack 3-star.
Look at those swag spells. Absolutely crushing attack here. With over like 1 minute and 19 seconds left. What a fast attack for Yash of Team XO. Brilliant with that super minion clone blimp and the kind of the dragon hydra to path their way through. And that base went down in seconds. And I've tried to do a super or a dragon hydra with the clone super minions. And of course, I found the tornado trap where my blimp went in with the super minions. So they got spun around and they got absolutely destroyed. And I just can't pull it off like these pro players can. They just make it look so easy. And it's a super strong attack when performed just like that. And they are taking an absolute lead here with 3 triples. And it's unfortunate that the 1-star did come in for Repotted Gaming, which is going to really hurt their chances now.
Yeah, I can confirm that with the Super Minion Blimp. I tried it as well a couple of times, but I did not find the tornado trap, but I found a complete red mine farm, which did not go well
Oh,
as well. So I can tell you
yeah.
that. So yeah, it is not as easy as those pros making this look like. So really good job so
Yeah.
far from Team XO. And now, as I said as well, Reported have to get now the next 3-star to show their presence and at
Yep.
least make sure that this star lead or difference is not getting out of hands. And they're having the chance of still staying in this and well, getting some more 3-stars. We know they like to use their Lalo attacks, but so far it did not work on those ring bases. We can just guess and think that we have more legend style, maybe ring style bases on the Team XO side. Let's see how they're going to find an answer for those and what the approach looks like, because the risky attack with the jump, and that's like always the problem. If you do not take the value down with that jump spell, you are really falling short because it's such a heavy investment.
Yeah.
And then things are just falling short in general.
Yeah. You need to be able to get that value indeed. And that's what happened with Repotted Gaming, and they weren't able to do it. But we're seeing the next stack here from Mech, and he wants to bring in the Super Bowlers. We've been seeing a lot of air attacks so far here today, as that is really the meta in Clash of Clans at the moment. But ground Super Bowlers are strong when you can get that skiff value. They can really hit high storage areas, including like a clan castle, let's say, for example, to skip across and damage the buildings on the other side. But with that Warden Walk to start, the rage is coming down. Now, that's very interesting that we're seeing a rage here to speed up this ward and maybe just step into the enemy RC to help take her down. Wants the Flame Flinger to the bottom side, which it looks safe. Doesn't look like there's any threat down there. But drops the Headhunter, and then probably wants to drop the Super Bowlers more towards the top side as he wall breaks in there to descend as he wants to pass through to the Town Hall.
Yeah, there we go. He's sending in the king as well into the mix. So he wants to have a really, really big dive. And he's opening this compartment behind the town hall. The question now, though, is this queen going to step inside that compartment? Because she's the only one who can actually reach that town hall. But the Super Bowlers won't be able to reach it. So everything's relying on that queen to jump into the correct compartment. So far, it's looking good. The bowlers are jumping everywhere.
Ooh.
But where's the queen going? No, she's jumping back. She has to go to that town hall. Otherwise, the town hall is going to get skipped.
Yeah, the queen's following these lava pups now towards the bottom side of this base, where the Super Bowlers are going to break through this wall. And the queen doesn't want to go, because once they break this wall, the queen's going to continue her way towards the multi. And in order to go to the town hall, she'll have to backtrack to take that jump spell. There's the rage to help these Super Bowlers get healed up from the healers. And they're going to take the jump spell again back over to the builder hut. And there's the freeze. Queen can take the jump. No! Queen, she's going for the wrong wall. Oh, no.
Did we just confirm Super
Queen.
Bowlers are smarter than the queen? Because the queen did not backtrack as the Super Bowlers, but the Royal Champion is coming in clutch, finishing off that town hall. The question now is, can that Flame Finger with that Royal Champ together finish off the remaining defenses, because there is not left of this base. Ground Skeleton Trap is keeping the Royal Champ in the town of poison. This is the worst possible scenario.
Oh, no.
And now we have Hog Riders into a Spring Trap, and there's not much cleanup which he can do at this point. It seems like this should be another defense for Team XO. Just the queen, everything again relied on this queen jumping into the correct compartment, which did not happen.
Yeah, that's what he was hoping for. He uses the invisibility spell onto the hog to take down that wizard tower. As the queen comes back around with just under 5 seconds remaining, it's gonna be a time fail for Mech of Repotted. And it's just been the 2-star hit rate in terms of, they did come away with a triple earlier, but they did also get a 1-star, which then brought that back down. And it's only going to be the 9 for Team XO and the 6 for Repotted Gaming. And that is going to be a huge difference. And only 2 more attacks from each side, but it's just not going Repotted's way. And we're seeing that was what happened in the first war. It didn't go X Team's way, and now it's not going Repotted's way. It's just one-sided in these wars here to start off the qualifier number 2.
Yeah, as I said, it's really crazy. Like 14-10 was our first match score, which is, as I said, it really one-sided because we're kind of expecting those teams to get like 14, or as you said, last qualifier, last weekend, we had up to 15 stars in some of those matches. That's like the numbers which are kind of like expected from those teams, and then them falling short is obviously really unfortunate. Maybe at the end of the day, those balance changes which were happening over the week had some more impact than some people might have thought, because we had those balance changes and a couple of troops are obviously weaker, but we have now the Electro Dragon God himself coming in with the Electro Dragons. There's the Warden ability as well, catching most of those Electro Dragons, and there's their blimp towards the town hall. The first rage is deployed.
And another rage over the town hall frees up the sweeper and the single. Tornado Trap spins the balloons away, but they were able to secure the town hall here as the E-Dragons are now pathing in towards the core. The sweeper does get an additional shot off to push these E-Dragons back as some of the E-Dragons go to the bottom, pulling the Seeking Air Mines and red air bombs down there. And his queen is going to make her way towards the top side, defending King. These E-Dragons have cleared the core of this base, but can they continue towards the backside? We have a King ability, and RC's moving in. But these E-Dragons are going down fast.
Yeah, but the question is, did they do their job? Like, did they get enough value overall? A lot of chains were coming in early on, but the Royal Champion already down at this point is never a good sign. And now everything is relying on this queen, on this king, the queen with her unicorn together to save take down the rest of the base. But there's a scatter, the defending Royal Champion, and an Exposer left. The king is now going for that Royal Champion, going for the wall. There's the freeze. Is the Yak still alive? It looks not really sure, but the wall is slowly getting taken down. Oh no, the queen is going to walk away, and the king as well. So this does not look like he intended things to look like.
No, looks like we may just have the first fail because we still have the scatter shot. Down goes the unicorn, pops the queen ability, and the queen is going to take out the arch tower, some of these buildings around, but the scatter is going to remain, and we're going to have our first defense here for Repotted, which is going to put them at 11 so far. Even a triple to come in the next for Repotted would only put them to 9. So Team EXO is looking really good to be walking away with this war here. We still have a handful more attacks, and the E-Dragons just were not able to get it. We talked about at the beginning where we were expecting at least 2 of the attackers for Team EXO to come in with E-Dragons, and that's exactly what they did. And it's really interesting that we, as casters, could kind of predict that. I'm assuming that the pro teams know this as well. So it really comes down to, if the pro teams know this, that you always come in with E-Dragons, does that really affect your kind of planning of in terms of base building, of which bases you pick against them? And it's just still surprising that they always are either really close or getting high percentages with these E-Dragons, and they're just still, they love to use it. It's a good attack in terms of with time if they're able to get those triples, but it just wasn't able to get it done there. So Repotted is at least happy they got a defense against that attack.
Yeah, I think overall, like at the moment, the biggest story for most of those bases are the traps. That would be my guess. Like if you're facing a team which is which likes to use Electro Dragons, I think the majority of teams would just say, okay, then we're going to use a lot of air skeletons. At the same time, though, you have to kind of predict which base are they going to attack with Electro Dragons. So the question is, do you have Electro Dragons on your own team as well to kind of say, okay, this base looks good for the Electro Dragons, maybe this base. So it's not as easy then to identify the base where you should have those traps set up. But I think the traps at the moment are one of the most important things. So let's see how that's going to work, because we have the next Super Bowler attack in. Repotted really seems to like those Super Bowlers. Largo's coming in, and we have a Golem this time in the mix as well to make this Super Bowler push even tankier.
Yeah, as this Warden is kind of setting up his funnel, I did have a question for you, Itsu, of if, I don't know if you know the answer to this or not, or maybe others do, but is there a difference of how you trap a base against Super Dragons versus Electro Dragons, or would it be the same? What would you say?
I think it is over. Like, it depends on the trap. Black mines, I think, are pretty similar, but I think the skeleton traps are the biggest difference, because skeleton traps against electro dragons, air skeletons, are really powerful, while versus the super dragons, they do nothing. Like, the super dragons are like, oh, was there anything? No, I think there was nothing, because they're just bursting them away with their splash damage. So I think ground skeleton traps against heroes are better if you want to defend super dragons. That's, I think, the biggest difference. Otherwise, trap-wise, I think it's pretty similar. Well, we can see the Warden Walk finished, and the Super Bowl is now getting unleashed into the score of the base.
Yeah, with those Super Bowls, going to be able to step in towards this multi, but this, pops the ward ability, and we do have the Ice Golem that's going to slow him down, and it's going to help skip onto the Inferno. Damage, it might have hit the RC there, but we have the Queen getting stuck, and we lost the Warden. Oh, no more Warden here, and the Super Bowlers are gone. Rip to the Warden, rip to the Super Bowlers, and he hasn't even made it into the 2 single target Infernos yet by the Town Hall.
That is the big problem, Super Bowlers, compared to like a regular P.E.K.K.A. smash, because a Lava Hound on defense can keep you busy for so long. Your bowlers are running ahead while your Queen is stuck on that Lava Hound. Is really a really hard thing, and a really hard counter overall for the strategy with having a defensive Lava Hound. So now let's see. The second star should be secured for sure, but does he have a chance of 3-starring this base still with 40 seconds left? The Queen now inside the core, and he has 1 invisibility spell left, which he needs to make count. And the Tornado Trap actually rotated the Queen into that Town of Poison and into the single Inferno Tower range. That's not looking good right now for Largo.
No, we only have 20 seconds left here. The King got locked down. Oh, the Barbarians did, but the King now finally gets locked down by the single. Ground Skeleton pops up to go for this Queen. And even if he's able to take down the single target Inferno in time, which it looks like he might not be able to. And wow, it's a 2-star again for Repotted. And it's only going to be 8. And it looks like it's almost going to be an identical war match from the first one, which that one was a victory for Vitang, who won 14-10 against X Team. But this one, again, very low scoring for one side. And we're going to see Team XO that's going to be looking to put up a 14-star performance in their final attack.
Yep, that's right. The question is, again, do we see ground or air? I feel like so far today, the ground attacks really did not do great. Even though air got nerfed, as we have said, with those balance changes. We have seen today so far, we have corrected me earlier, with the Valkyries, the first ground attack, which we have seen today. We have seen Queen Charge Hybrid in the first match with both has failed. And today already then in the second match now, twice Super Bowlers with both as well failed as well. Otherwise, so far, Electro Dragon's attack has 3 stars, 3-star. We have Super Dragon attacks 3 stars. So most of those air attacks still seem to be incredibly strong. So let's see if we have another attack coming in, and that one is an interesting one. We have Queen Charge Dragons with the ground Queen Charge Warden Charge. That is just looking really cool. I'm super excited to see what he's going to do on this one.
Yeah. You know, this reminds me back of last year when Tribe Gaming and Eve Max and all of them were doing the Queen Charge Dragons with the jump into the Town Hall. So that's what is giving me a kind of like reminders of that attack strategy, where it looks like he's almost doing essentially the same, where the Queen's going to use the jump to jump into the Town Hall, and then the Dragons come in a different part of the base. It's just been so long since we've seen that.
I hate healers so much at the moment. Can you explain to me why the healers are stuck on the Warden? Nothing is targeting that Warden. If the Queen would have been a Headhunter running into the base, those healers would have switched in 1 millisecond, by the way. It is really pain right now to have those healers never doing what they're supposed to do. Now we have those Dragons into the core, obviously, with the Warden being with the Queen. There's no Warden ability to protect them from any possible black mines. Now this Queen have to actually target their Town Hall next with those Dragons. Slowly getting taken down, but at the same time, there's not much space left.
Well, the Warden decides now to go help assist the Dragons. Queen's got her ability to take the Town Hall down. And the Royal Champion is grabbing some of these defenses over on the left side. Dragon stayed up. Queen has secured the Town Hall for the 2-star. But we still have some Teslas and Archer Tower to the top side. A handful of Dragons. This is looking pretty good here for Team XO.
Yeah, what a cool attack. Really uncommon. Typically, we see mini charge attacks with like Lalo, maybe Hybrid, maybe even Dragon Riders, even though they are not as common anymore. But now coming in, mix things up with a really nice ground ward in charge Dragon attack onto this base, something which Reported definitely did not see coming. And this means, again, we're talking about those 14-star wars. Those are the numbers which those teams try to match. And Team XO did exactly that, and with that, they're going to win this match.
Yeah, Team XO is going to take it, but we still have one more attack coming in from Repotted here to close it out. And yeah, they didn't make it, but the thing is, they will come in at least the 5th through 8th place here within the first, or the second qualifier, I should say. And you still do make a little bit of prize money, so making it to this point is still really nice to be able to get that. But, you know, they want to be able to get into first place, to even get more points, because at this rate, it's really the teams that come in first place that have the chance of making it into the playoffs, because they get the most points, as no team from last week made it back to this week. So it's really going to be interesting to see next week's qualifiers if we see any teams that's repeating, because if that's the case, then they will have a really good shot to get points again and then make the playoffs, as other teams, if they don't, are going to be stuck not earning any more points, because you do earn 15 points for coming in first place, and that puts you well ahead of many other teams. Queen Walker Stephanie, first place last week, and we're going to see who's going to be able to do it this week, because we still have 2 more wars later today after this, and then we have the 4 wars tomorrow to crown the first place to try to get some playoff points.
Yes, that's right. A lot of action still to come, and we cannot wait for that. But there's one more attack in this match as well. Reported has one more attack. Maybe they can get their second 3-star in this match and make it count with that one. Let's see what they're coming up with. Let's see what strategies they're going to use. If they're going to keep going with the ground, and it is. It is actually going to be air. But there is the blimp. But instead, I don't know, like Super Dragons, we have actually Hydra again. Dragons, Dragon Riders seems to be the new way to go for a lot of those, for most of those air attackers. So let's see how that's going to work.
Does clear the Town Hall and a lot of value around it. And that's the thing is, when you use Blizzard, you want to get Town Hall and other buildings. Because if you only get the Town Hall, then it's almost not as worth it as you may think, because you need those other defenses to help protect your troops to move around, as the Town Hall is very important, obviously, but the Town Hall itself is not as, in terms of pathing, and your heroes are, one troop could technically take the Town Hall down by itself if you use a rage properly, but he's going to pop the ward ability. Out comes some super minions, pathing his way straight into the middle where these red air buffs and tornado trap is waiting for him.
Yeah, but otherwise this pathing is great. Most of those black mines already got triggered with those early loons which were flying in front of those dragons. And take a look at that pathing, those dead zones on the flanks of the core, giving a perfect pathing for those dragons. The king still with his ability, the queen with her ability, the royal champion at the tops, and there's no X-bows left except this one at the bottom, which is getting taken down right now. This base is looking completely wrecked, and Reported finishing with this incredible strong attack. We see what they're capable of, and that attack was just, I mean, lightning fast and a nice overkill to the end.
Yeah, look at how many spells. He's got 3 freezes and 1 more invisibility. This was a crushing attack, and there's the swag right there. And General X, what a great hit to close it out for Repotted. Puts them at 11 stars. But we do have Team XO taking the victory here into their match, which means that they are going to be advancing to play tomorrow. And they are going to be playing who we saw won in the very first match, which was Vitang. Yes, That's going to be an incredible match between Vatang and Team XO. But very nice try to repot it here. They're going to fall short, but all the teams here will be able to try to compete into the last qualifiers, which is qualifier week number 3, which is next week as well. So very great try from repot. Just that 1-star really changed everything. But let's go and take a look at the bracket to see where we stand and to show you the teams and matches remaining. And here it is with Vatang and Team XO into the semis that will be played tomorrow. But we still have 2 more matches here, Itsu.
That's right. We have Lecode Bushido versus No Chance Black and Dream Age versus Marcos Gaming. This is going to be the next 2 matches which are ahead of us still. And I mean, I just want to see 2 things. First of all, if we can see one close match, because so far both matches were kind of one-sided. And if we can see some success for ground strategies. I feel like that's something we want to take a look at, because so far it was kind of not the greatest for the ground strategies overall.
Yeah, it's been one-sided, really on the air, and also even in the wars as well. But as we get ready for the next wars, we're going to throw it to a short little break, and we'll be right back for the final 2 wars here in qualifier number 2. Welcome back here to the Clash Masters presented by Rush.gg. I'm Carbon Finn, joined here with Itsu to bring you the final two matches of the qualifier number 2. We've had some one-sided wars so far here today, you can say, where Vatang won the first one 14-10, and then we had Team EXO winning 14-11. And Itsu, hopefully these next two wars are going to be closer.
That's right, and I think we should already dive into the first roster because we have our next match really close ahead of us. And we have on the left side, we have Jochem, we have Suef, we have Bonky, Kevin Jr., and Black Smith versus the No Chance Black.
Yeah, No Chance Black come with Angeli, Kira, Pisal, SMN, and Vorin. Will this one, I personally don't really know too much, so I'm going to have to revert to any of the other players or maybe yourself that might know more about these teams here. And that's the real awesome thing, is to see these teams as it could be new and fresh faces in the scene. So you really have no idea what you may expect from some players. Maybe you've seen these before in one war, but they can really switch it up and bring you something that you just don't expect, and that could be hard when it comes to the base selection in terms of what bases you want to try to use to defend, as obviously many teams tend to have a certain attack strategy that they like to utilize. Like, for example, Team EXO really likes to come in with air, especially E-Dragons, versus a team like Vatang, who really loves to come in with some sort of Queen Charge Lalos. So you really have to start to think about that. But this one is coming in with a Queen Charge Lalo, with that ward ability protecting that log launcher, which we've been seeing a lot more lately, of trying to get a value into a core of a base.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to try to break his queen into this Dark Elixir drill to make sure that he's taking that out. The Yeti from the Clan Castle is going to take down the Multi-Inferno Tower. If he's even going to rage it, he's going to take down the Eagle as well. So a lot of value, and just this Queen Charge right now with this Lock Launcher is so incredible strong right now. There's the rage now, as I said. The Yetis are going to even take down the Royal Champion. Those Queen Charge Lock Launcher attacks onto those diamond-shaped bases, I want to call them. To be honest, it's kind of broken. Like, it's pretty zero chance that you can defend it. The only chance how you can defend those is with the attacker messing up big time, because he's going to Queen Charge this entire bottom side. Now he has still 3 rages left to go, and a lot on those attacks you can swag the Lalo, because your heroes are just so strong, and just this setup, the space shape overall, is not giving the best chance for the defender. So far, as I said, it's looking great. The town hall should go down really soon as well. So this Lalo is all about what matters. And take a look at this Warden, sniping a couple of the tests on the far right as well. At this point, the only thing which is important, keep alive this queen, and you're going to get the 3-star.
To think about when you would say, yeah, when you do a Queen Charge Lalo, the Lalo is the cleanup. You usually would never think that you would say that. But that's what we've seen recently, is this type of attack with a log launcher that absolutely crushes core of the base, and then the balloons just come on the backside, Queen walks around, and it's just such a crushing attack. It can be risky, yes, if you don't execute it properly, but it also means that even if your Queen walks around, she can eventually make it to the town hall, overwhelming the single. And we have Bonky of Bushido coming in with the first triple of this match. What a great attack.
Yeah, really nicely done. And you asked earlier if I know anything about those teams. I think I'm not 100% sure if it's the exact same lineup, but the Bushido team already played a couple of times in the Itsu Cups, and they were always quite successful. So kind of expecting a lot from them forward in this match. And I think already the first attack looked really promising, really nice Queen Charge with that Lock Launcher, making quick work of this Legend base. But now the big question, because for me, the Dark Horse, as you said, the No Chance Black team, I don't heard too much about them, so looking forward to see how their attacks look like, what type of attackers they are. Maybe we're going to see some Dragon and Dragon Rider attacks, as we have seen earlier. Maybe some different attacks we're going to see in just a couple of seconds. But we're looking forward to see what type of attacks they're going to bring to the table.
Yeah, indeed. It really can switch up certain attacks that you're expecting, because we've been seeing a lot of E-Dragons, Super Dragons, kind of the Hydra. The air has been strong here today, and we do love to see more ground. We want to see a mix of everything and just keep us on our toes. We've seen a hybrid. That did unfortunately not work, and the hybrid did lose the steam when it came in, because it is an attack that is hard to do it. And speaking of that, look at that. It's kind of like I might have known. It is the hybrid that's coming in from NON, and let's see, because as I was saying, it fell short. And will it be able to work here in this attack to get the 3-star? It's all about trying to keep that queen alive, but we're noticing 2 single target Infernos that are up in the middle of the base.
Oh, that coconut loon right there gave a lot of value. Really nicely done. Triggering 2 of the black mines already. Are there 2 black mines on the other side as well? A lot of bases are symmetrical, but no, he's not triggering that. But taking down the multi-mortar, and with that, Blackhouse is going to come out. There's the poison. The poison. And he's investing his skeleton spell to distract the single Inferno Tower and make sure that the single Inferno Tower is not locking onto his queen, so the queen can just do her business and keep charging into the base. But that did not last too long with the skeleton spell.
Yeah, now the queen gets to that locked on to the ground expo. Can she take out the single target Inferno? It looks like she might have to use ability, and yes, her ability has been forced. Giant Bomb, Tornado Trap, raises her up to keep her going. He's got the Hyper go straight through a bomb tower, pops that one, the ability, and the heal is down to protect this hybrid through the backside. Will they be able to stay alive, or are they going to find a bunch of spring traps here?
Yeah, that's the big question always with hybrids. Spring traps are such an important thing, but the queen is going down. The wall breaks were great, but with the queen falling short, and those healers getting taken down slowly by all of those rat bombs, I'm not sure if things are looking too good. As you have said earlier, as we have figured out, the round was not the biggest, success so far at the day. So the question is, can he get the first 3-star of the day with Queen Charge Hybrid, the Royal Champion, dying as well? More spring traps coming in, and take a look at that queen. The queen is taken down, minus left and right, and especially with getting covered from that scatter shot. This queen is just like, she cannot get taken down. Like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, with that king ability still to use on the backside, Tesla's, but that enemy queen is going to be way too much, and that single target Inferno, he definitely wanted to keep that queen alive, because if he was able to keep the queen alive, she would have been able to reach over the wall, grab the scatter shot, and even the enemy queen. But unfortunate, and the hybrid falls short yet again here today for now this attack. And now that is a fail, so it's a 3-star to the 2-star here. And we're going to see, hopefully, we're going to see some more answers that's going to come in from the NON. But, oh, what a great chance.
Yeah, and especially looking forward to what the Bushido team can bring next, because the first attack with the Queen Charge Lalo with the Lock Launcher looked really, really clean. But it was kind of like a popular legend base as well, which you might have already attacked. So that's kind of understandable to attack a known base. So the question now, which we have to ask ourselves, do they run more common legend bases? Do they know those legend bases and know how to beat them? Or is the next attack going to be like on an unknown base, which then might end up completely different in the attack? Because there's obviously always a big difference if you already know how to approach a certain base, or if this is like a completely different setup than what you're used to. So we have to wait for that. But so far, the first attack promised a lot. The question now is, can they follow this up? And especially, we have talked about that earlier, can they push their lead even further? Because so far we had a lot of one-sided matches with teams pushing their lead really heavily. So that's now, the potential is there to this being the next one with this setup.
Yeah, with a bunch of 3-stars that we've been seeing earlier today, and we've been seeing triples coming in with Lalos and Dragons, and we're seeing another Lalo coming in, and before, what they used was the log launcher to try to clear a core. This one, Kevin, seems not to be taking that. He brings in the Stone Slammer, but an Ice Golem is getting lured to the Queen, and the Headhunter really helps take down that enemy Queen. keep his queen charge looking healthy. He can try to maybe drop another balloon. He does just that. Will he find a Seeking Air Mine? If he does, that's some great value, but doesn't look like he finds it to protect the healers so far for this charge.
Ooh, but so far a great charge. He needs to wall break next, making sure the queen has the connection into the town hall. Right, there's the next wall break coming. Wall breaking, or two wall breaks actually are coming in. Opening up the exact same thing, so that's totally fine. Opening up even more, so the question is maybe the king now can have even more fun inside that base. But now the queen, with so much fire on her, she has to survive. We have seen earlier today, with heavy investment onto those heroes, this town hall has to go down. Otherwise, things are falling short quite quickly. And so far, take a look at that. It's looking beautiful. There's another rage taking down the town hall. The eagles should be next on the menu, but the healers are getting targeted. And they're really low. Only a couple of red mines, and this is going downhill.
Yeah, well, really pops the ward ability to protect the balloons initially. The town hall has been secured. Queen's taking out the tassels now as he's lallowing from the left side. With that freeze onto the enemy row team, he does miss that archer tower there, unfortunately. His RC is coming in as well. Another freeze coming in. Red air bombs being pulled with 9 more balloons, though, and RC ability. It's looking pretty good here from Kevin. Queen's ability goes off, clears some of these defenses. I think he's got it. He just needs to be able to secure the enemy row team, and the dragon comes down, and that dragon will help take down that RC with RC ability. I think he's got it in 2 more balloons.
Yeah, that's looking great. The last remaining defenses should be one shot from that Royal Champ ability. What a beautiful charge. Bushido really showing off how strong Queen Charge Lalo really can be. And they're showing the different styles, because there's so many people always asking what should they charge for? What are the objectives to take down with the Queen Charge? But you can really see, even though both of their strategies so far were both Queen Charge Lalo, they can't be any more different. On one attack with the Lock Launcher, with the Ground Warden, with the King Dive. On the next one with the Slammer, really nicely done as well. And just with the Air Warden, you can see Queen Charge Lalo is a super diverse strategy where you can do whatever. And that was just showcased so far from the Bushido team really nicely.
Yeah, even though if you look at it, like you go, let's say you go to the stats page and you see like, oh, Queen Charge Lalo triple twice. But you mentioned that first attack, I don't even know if I would consider it a Queen Charge Lalo. It's more of a Queen Charge, Warded Ability, Log Launcher, and then just Lalo cleanup, you know? At that point, it's just really does indeed show the diversity of the attack of what you can do. Because we haven't seen it often, but I've seen it maybe once where you can actually use a Flame Flinger with that Lalo if your Flame Flinger gets crazy value and then maybe comes out and gets some additional value with Rocket Loons or something like that. But it really is a strong attack in Clash of Clans, and it's really regarded as one of the most difficult to do for a reason, because you have to manage so many moving parts, not only with your Queen Charge, but then also with the Lalo pathing around the base, which I know almost every single player of Clash of Clans would love to be able to do it. Well, let's see if we're going to see a Lalo, which is going to be a Blizzard here, to be able to help grab the value with the Super Wizards, including maybe the multi-target Inferno. I know he would definitely want to take that down, but that Lava Hound is quite annoying right here, going to be distracting these Super Wizards.
Oh, I just want to say he lured the Lava Hound into the invisibility spell so he could take down the Queen, but the Queen is staying alive. And now that's the next thing. We can count the layers he's looking for. He has 3 wall breaks in his army camp, which means as well he wants to take down the town hall. But we have seen already earlier today how things can turn out if those heroes do not go for this heavy investment, or do not go for the value which they're supposed to get. He now has to find the far left side with the Royal Champion. He's doing exactly that with the Tank Giant as well. The funnel should be set up great, but there's the double skeleton trap, and the King now has to work into this core of the base, and there's the defending Queen and defending King waiting. Another Headhunter and Lock Launcher, but Wall Breaker rolling into the core. I'm not sure yet if this Queen is going to take the path and go for the town hall, because this Tessa farm is annoying for his Royal Champion.
That double skeleton in front for the RC, and then a second double skeleton really stalled that Raw champion up, but I don't know where the queen goes. She might go to the storage. Does not have... Oh, there's our ability. Jive Bomb. Uh-oh. Don't tell me that these balloons don't pass. There's probably going to be a tornado. Unless he already found the tornado. I don't know. There's red air bombs making his way through. He might not go to the town hall. Oh, no. They don't. You've got to be kidding me. What? Oh. Wow. No chance.
No way. We actually called it. We said on those Lalo attacks, if you miss out on the town hall, like if you miss that town hall dive, you are going to have a big problem in saving even the second star. And this has now happened twice today. Earlier for recorded and now for no chance black falling short. And we have talked about those one-sided matches, and this might be the most one-sided match which we have seen so far today. It's 6 to 3 stars, while both teams have the same amount of attacks. This is incredible. After the second attack already, we have 3-star difference. And if we're completely honest, so far with the attacks of Le Code Bushido, their attacks looked really, really clean. And I'm not sure. They really need to mess up big time to take this out of their hands, but so far they have had a great show, and the defense is holding strong as well.
That's been the storyline of today. One team is just pulling away. This one is 6 to 4, and it's just unfortunate that you're gonna be coming away with 1 stars, and you just... Oh my goodness. Unless, actually, was it 2? I mean, well, either way, it's still a big lead for Vishudo with their back-to-back triples. And it's just like, you think about those queens not getting the town hall and leaving it up. And now the question is, like, do you run some more of those bases to have that potentially be a result? As we saw, both ring bases that were the results of 1 stars that came in. And it's just, you hate to see it. You hate to see those 1 stars in the wars, but these players take the risk. And if they don't get the town hall, it can result in 1 stars. But they get it, that it's crushing attacks. And then I know you've mentioned it a while ago. You've talked about it before, where when you run a ring base, which it looks like is going to be run here again, another ring base, if you fail on a ring base, it tends to be very low percentage as well. And yeah, it could be crushing triple, but if you fail, it's a low percent. But it also could be a high likelihood of a 1 star too.
Yeah, and that already happened now twice. And I'm still surprised that those teams are not running like something like Super Bowl. It's like in the last couple of weeks, I did a couple of series with my viewers voting for my legend armies. And Super Bowl so far did great versus ring bases. So surprised that we are not seeing anything like that on this one. But yeah, Joachim really not paying attention. This now could be devastating because take a look at that damage. 4 X-bows, multi-inferno tower, everything on that queen.
Yeah.
But she's staying alive. That's how strong those queen chargers are. But wait a second, those core corner walls are open, so wall breaks won't work. Is this queen going to get towards that town or not? That's the big question, because so far, with the triple ice golem clan castle, this queen is going to take some time to get further. And again, that town hall might stay alive.
Yeah, the queen needs to path her way in, but it doesn't look like it at this point, as we got the archer tower storage to the top side, unless he starts the Lalo. And that's what he's doing exactly, to try to get the Lalo started, to reroute this queen, maybe to go in. And I think she's going to go to the elixir storage, if anything. But it always going to use the blimp to help secure the town hall. Pops the warden ability, protects the balloons. And this blimp needs to take this town hall down, as the queen will run around.
Yeah, there's the tornado trap though. He has a Yeti clan castle in there. Okay, so this tunnel is going to go down guaranteed with those raged up Yeti mites. The question now is, can he somehow overpower in a miracle those back end expos? Is he somehow able to do that? Royal Champion invisibility spell is in there, hitting the invisibility spell on the Royal Champ and onto that queen, and there's not much left of that base. Royal Champ ability to damage those buildings. Royal Champion staying alive, the queen with her healers as well staying alive.
Wow.
And that's now 40 seconds. Can he recover this? This is looking good with
Yeah.
the back end loons, and Joachim, even though he kind of
What?
swagged the queen ability in the beginning, saving this attack to getting another 3-star. Bushido so far 3 times Queen Charge Lalo, every single time a different siege machine, every single time a 3-star for them, and they're now 9 stars out of 3 attacks. That's impressive.
9-3 in this war right now, with the 2 attacks being a 2-star and a 1-star. Unfortunately for No Chance Black, and it's almost looking like there might be no chance with the huge lead, and that is just going to be very difficult to make that comeback. And it's just been the storyline all today, these wars being one-sided, and you hope to see it come down to a final attack, but a lot of cases that's not what happens. A lot of times when you fail, especially if you get a 1-star, the morale for your team just gets completely destroyed and really goes down. And it's hard to make a comeback. We've seen some teams, but I don't think I've ever seen a comeback this large ever casting a single Clash of Clans match over the last few years.
No, that would be history for sure. Getting a comeback after this start. And it would need a lot of really crazy defenses for them as well, because at this point, it's not in their hands anymore. They need incredible offense. They need to go 3 out of 3, and they need to have at least 1-star defense as well. So let's see how this is going to work. We have the next attack in, and another Queen Charge Hydra attack. This is something which we have seen, like earlier we have seen Queen Charge Dragon attack. So that's something interesting to see how those different Queen Charges and those different Queen Charge approaches are working for the different teams. So let's see how we can make this work and get this Hydra towards that Town Hall and take the Town Hall down and maybe get the first 3-star for his team.
Yeah, that Queen is going to path her way towards this bottom side, looks like. There is an opening in this wall, which could force the Queen to walk out, but she will have to deal with this King first. Headhunter is coming down, and they're actually in the race, so that will help a lot. Help to slow down and take this King down to keep that Queen alive. Looks like the Wizard helped to path or funnel the Queen more into the core, as a super wall break is breaking the outside wall and not letting the Queen walk into the multi just yet.
Yeah, but the Sweeper is getting taken down, so I guess the Dragons are going to start from the chops. I'm not really sure.
Oh no, he missed!
Ooh, the Rocket Loons.
Oh!
The Queen survived. The ability was enough, and the Dragons are going to start from the bottom side. I was kind of thinking the top side, because there is no Sweepers left, because he is now going against the only Sweeper which is left at this point. So let's see how this is going to work with that Sweeper. Might cause some problems. There's now the Blimp, which has to fight the Sweeper as well. That ward ability incredible early, and now this Blimp has to reach its target. Otherwise, this is a big problem.
Yeah, typically you tend to see a Warden ability being used right when that Battle Blimp is going to leave the circle of that Warden, because that means you get the most value for letting the Blimp fly as far as possible. But that was an early Warden ability, which protected the Dragons through potentially a little bit earlier traps here. But it looks like they've made their way through the backside of the space. The biggest threat is this air defense to the left, as the Queen is trying to stay alive. It looks like she will be able to. She's not going to go down. RC even has her ability. I think he's got it with the RC ability that will chain through and hit these final remaining building defenses. And there it is. With 30 seconds left, Dragons are all over the space, and he's got it.
That's so cool. So we have seen so far today the Queen Charge Dragon, which has completely smashed the base. And I would consider this as well with 3 heroes alive, an overkill on this base as well. So this is going to be as well a 3-star with Queen Charge Hydra this time around. So that's kind of cool to see teams mixing things up with the different Queen Charge possibilities. Obviously, Lalo was the most used Queen Charge strategy overall, but we see some different variations as well with Dragons, with Dragon Riders in the mix. So that's kind of cool to see that people are like changing things up with the Queen Charge meta. And the question now is, what do you think? Are we going to see 2 more Queen Charge Lalo attacks from the Bushido team, or are they going to mix things up as well for the finish? Because so far still We are waiting for ground attacks. What is going on?
We are.
Everyone is still using air.
Yeah, I think they're still going to come in with the Lalo. I still think they're going to come in with the Queen Charge Lalo. But I mean, now we got to think about they've used the Log Launcher, they've used the Stone Slammer, they've used the Blimp. At this rate, are they going to be using a Wall Wrecker, Flame Flinger, Siege Bear? Are they going to be using these Siege Machines with their Lalo at this point? I don't think so. I mean, that would be very interesting if they did. But I think they're going to potentially come in with another Queen Charge Lalo. And yes, it is the Queen Charge Lalo. So it's looking like Bushido is a Queen Charge Lalo clan from this point. And let's see if they can get this value in determining that a jump spell is what he wants to use. I would say he's going to use the Blimp over the top of the Queen to get the scatter shot where the Queen is. Yep, there it is. The Blimp's coming over the top of the Queen to help funnel. And then you'd use the King and or Royal Champion on the other side. But watch out the Queen ability, though. Oh, he keeps that Queen ability alive. Wait, the Blimp went too far. The Blimp went to the Town Hall. He didn't realize it. Oh, no. It went too far. He wasn't paying attention. Oh, no. Yeah. What?
Oh, no. We were concentrating as well on the Headhunter to protect that Queen. And I think he did the same thing with the Blimp not opening up. So he dropped as well 2 rages. So at this point, he has 1 rage left to Queen Charge. And I mean, I don't want to call it again, but we have seen earlier what happens if he's now not going to get that Town Hall. Just saying. And we know what. No chance. Oh my god, that was so close, that Queen dying.
The jump, the Queen's not gonna take the jump.
I'm not sure. He needs to do it.
Panicking.
Invisibility spell, maybe.
Yeah. No.
He can redirect the Queen. What? Do it. Do it.
No. I don't think it would have been. No. Queen's not gonna go. It's too late now. So he's gonna path all the loons straight into the multi. There's the invis for the Queen. No ability. 2 freezes. All right. At this point, all he's hoping for is a 2-star. Yes, there is the balloons, the Warden, coming straight on in. That sweeper's going to be annoying, but watch there be a tornado trap.
They're going to path from Inferno Tower to Inferno Tower.
Uh-oh. Will they?
Ooh, there's no freeze.
There's the freeze.
Oh, no way. This is not going to work.
Oh, no.
You had to freeze the sweeper. No way.
Oh, no.
The tornado trap.
There's the tornado. No.
Not again.
Bombs. No. What? A 1-star. No. Is this the comeback that they needed? No way. Oh my goodness.
God.
Hang on. Are we witnessing potential? Wait, a 1-star is what they needed at least to have a chance. And it's a 1. What? Okay. Well, they focused on that enemy Queen, and that cost him because he wasn't focused on that Blimp, and it didn't land where you wanted. And you would think that the Blimp going to the Town Hall would be fine, but the Town Hall didn't go down, and that changed everything to the rate. And that's only a 70% 1-star. So now we have a 1-star on both sides, and no chance Black. If they triple, they might have a chance, saying now, because they need another fail to come in, because that would put No Chance Black at 9. They'll only be down by 1. And then a fail could really change the whole outcome of this war. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean,
that is going to be wild.
We have talked what has to happen. We talked about what has to happen for the comeback possibility, and exactly that now happened. Really unfortunate attack, and as well, something we should talk about. What do you think? Is this maybe now the teams have not adapted to the balance changes? Do you think maybe just a couple of unlucky attacks? Because I feel like we have gotten so many good defenses today, which is crazy. A lot of 1-stars, especially on ring bases. And this is not common at all, like, really.
It is not common. And I'm really surprised. I would say it's a matter of a little unlucky because of the ring base and not going the way he wanted, but I would just say maybe it's just that those few players that aren't necessarily used to hitting ring bases and not having that backup plan. But I guess when it comes to this competition, they're like, we have to go all out for triples at this point because we know our opponents tend to be putting up 14-star wars. And yeah, it's just unfortunate that we've been seeing a lot of 1-stars that happen. But it makes it interesting. Like we saw 2 1-stars, which have potentially may allow a comeback here. But with this queen staying up, there's the invisibility. Oh, beautiful invisibility. So the queen steps 1 tile in and targets the town hall now.
Yeah, nicely done, but take a look at that air defense. That air defense starts shooting, and it takes some time for the Flamethrower now to take it down. It's gone, but he had already to invest so many things. The invisibility spell, this extra freeze now. So a lot of things are not going his way, and we have seen Queen Charge Lalo can really crumble kind of quickly if things are not going your way. There's the first red bomb. There's another red bomb. Oh no.
Ooh.
Be careful with that. Red bombs are... Oh, but the sweeper is keeping those healers now. Oh, another red bomb.
More.
Black mine this time. Double black mine. Those healers do not have a great time.
No, not at all. But notice this is a Queen Charge Lalo with a Flame Flinger. We've been seeing a Queen Charge Lalo with all different siege machines in this war, which is wild. And lures out the archers. And oh my goodness, look at how many archers there are. Where's the poison? Oh, and even witches. So this needs the triple to have a chance for no chance black. As the balloons are trying to path their way through, the queen goes down to the single target inferno. There's more traps in the core as the balloons are trying to path their way through. There should be safe as there's not too many traps in the middle. The World Champion has their ability. Will have to be forced here as a freeze. Damages. Freezes the scatter. He might just get this, but he's only got 35 seconds left. Not much time in this, but then there's a defending witch in the core of the base. Uh-oh.
She's keeps spawning and generating those skeletons. Time is a big problem. And more skeletons are spawning with skeleton traps now. Yes, 15 seconds. And it seems like this is going to be a time fail. This witch generated so many skeletons just to give this time base time. But maybe the clan castle can drop quick enough. Like, it's 4 seconds. This is going to be such a close one. 1 second, the Inferno Dragon. No!
No! Oh,
the Inferno Dragon was about to beam up. Oh my goodness, this was so close. This was like 1 millisecond and the Inferno Dragon would have had it.
Yeah, he would have. He would have had it. That's what they needed, and now that's only going to put them to the 8-star. So they're going to be down by 2, which means a 2-star. They will win this war. But if they don't, if there's another 1-star, there is potential for the comeback. But you know that's not going to happen with the final attack. They might just switch everything up and go do a safe dragon blimp. 4 clones, who knows, out of the town hall to make sure that goes down, raging it up. But yeah, a 2-star will be a victory, but it's just the 99%. And no, they are going dragons.
Another ring
They're going
base.
with the Queen Charge Lalo. It is another ring base, that's true. With that queen in towards the scatter, 3 super wall breakers. Can he charge his... Wait, queen, what? How did this queen just loop her way around the wall? Like, oh, I don't get the queen AI sometimes.
I mean, the queen is special, okay? Let's say it like this. The
Actually,
queen is really special,
I should take that back.
Doing her own
I don't get the
moves,
queen
and
AI all the time. Oh.
I mean, that works as well. The king, okay, the king is going to the left, should take down the defending queen. And now he's surprisingly as well sending the Royal Champion. I feel like the Royal Champion is not getting that much value anymore over there, because I guess it's now getting taken down by the king, right? I feel like the Royal Champion took down, had not too much value, and the Headhunter is way too late. So the Royal Champion losing her ability as well. I don't think that he's going to get the Eagle with that Royal Champion. But at the same time, there's no damage on that Royal... Oh, never mind. The Royal Champion is saying like, okay, guys, this is looking way too good. Let me jump towards the core and fight the other Royal Champ.
Yeah, this queen, though, should be able to get the Town Hall with the charge. That is an Air Expo on the other side, and only one, so the queen is not taking too much firepower, so she should be safe with ability. So Town Hall should be secure. And here comes the Lalo, which will be able to get the 50%. And they will win this war. Vishudo comes in, gets the 2-star here as the balloons path their way around, freezing up the Eagle and the Sweeper. Town Hall goes down, has the Stone Slammer coming up on the top side. The brilliant thing about that Stone Slammer is it's taking the scatter shot to protect these balloons.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing is that he secured the 2nd star. He got the 2nd star. This is all they needed, even if this would be a 3-star, everything would be cool. But the most important thing, the 2nd star is secured. They're going to win this round, and this is what matters, because they're going to get to the next round, and obviously to the next day, because we have the next round playing out tomorrow. But let's see if he can still finish this strong with the defending Royal Champion engaging, but he needs to place the Headhunter, unfortunately, right into the cannon, and this means this is looking like another defense, but a high percentage, and this means they're going to get 12 stars in this match, and they're going to be guaranteed in the next round.
Yeah, they'll be waiting to see their opponent, which is going to be the final match here today, which is coming next. But we have one more attack coming in from No Chance Black for their final hit to try to put it down up to 11. And it's just the 1-stars. It's happened. Has it happened in every war here today? It seems like. And before, like months ago, 1-stars would be like super rare. We wouldn't be seeing 1-stars really almost ever. And now they're coming more and more. They're becoming more common. Is it because players are taking more risks? Is it the players are running some more ring bases, which can lead to 1-stars? It's just really interesting why that 1-stars is starting to become more prevalent into the kind of the competition nowadays. I just wonder what the reason may be for it.
And that's a good question. I mean, we can only speculate about that. We would need to ask the players what their take on this is. But at the same time, we have seen now with multiple strategies 1-stars, but I feel like the most 1-stars we had so far today were with Lalo, like different Lalo variations. If it's a Queen Charge, if it's a Blizzard Lalo we have seen, if it's a Sui Lalo, just if you cannot take down the Town Hall with your heroes in any of those 3 strategies, the Town Hall is a really big problem, especially with the current meta that the Tornado Trap is always close to it. But we have the last attack now for No Chance Black, which is going to be a Dragon Rider attack with some sneaky goblins for that Town Hall, and then to finish things off with the bats. So let's see how that's going to work.
Yeah, with the haste spell, it does a great job at pushing these sneaky goblins straight in towards the Town Hall. And the haste spell lasts a long time, so he's able to wait. Now they get pushed straight into the Town Hall. Invis is down, and Town Hall is secured. Very nice job. Able to get that Valley, pulling us some small bombs right around the Town Hall, but here comes a super wall break to the bottom side, and it doesn't do anything. Oh, he wanted the wall break to open up the wall a little bit more so that he could path his way through, but at least it also kind of tested the area for a Spring Jab, which protects this Ice Golem in a way. And here comes all the heroes. Log Launcher, Ice Golem, King, Queen, and he wants to just charge his way through the base and get this Valley.
Yeah, we have the logs opening up the walls over there, and it needs to be done quickly because he broke on the right side. So if things are looking bad, the king would have maybe went to the outside, but instead we have now that queen with that king together following. No, wait a second, those Yetis are not going inside the base.
No.
And the queen as well is walking around the outside. This is really bad news for him.
That is indeed. Wait, the queen might come back. She's coming back. Dragon Rider's coming off to the left side with the Raw Champion, has the bat still to use. The Queen's getting stuck on the Hound, which is unfortunate, and that's going to take some time. Has a Poison Spell to be able to help take the Lava Pups out. Yeti might jump over the wall, take out a Wizard Tower. That is huge for splash damage. So he can now drop the bats on top of the scatter shot on the right side. But builder huts over there are a huge pain to bats. So watch out. They go down fast to builders. You don't realize that as the queen has her ability still. Unless he's able to overwhelm it. Single is frozen. Now he's going to use these 3 freezes for the wizard tower remaining on the top side.
Yeah, the 1 wizard tower freezing right there. The bats are still going strong, but there's so many freezes. So the only thing which at this point could be a big problem, I feel like. Wait a second. I always underestimate those Tesla. Those Tesla are devastating versus those bats. And right now the problem is time. Time, Carbon. Time is ticking.
It is. Time going down. And then a tornado trap going to slow him down even more. We've got the minion wizard around. Queen's got her ability, but it's not going to matter. We're going to fall short here. Only the 95% 2-star and not going to get that one. And the bats lost steam on the final portion of the base. It was the builder huts and the Tesla that did work to those bats. Took them down pretty quick and was not able to finish. Very nice try. But that's what these wars have been. We've been seeing some low scores. We've been seeing a 14. But then we've been seeing 1-stars. It's been the storyline of 1-stars here today. So let's take a look at the bracket to see where this puts the teams now into the semifinals. Because we have one more match after this one. As the Code Bashudo does move on to the semis, they are going to be waiting the winner of Dream Age versus Marcos Gaming. And that is going to be a fantastic match. And hopefully we don't see 1-stars in that. Can we please get a war that comes down to the final attack? I know everyone wants that to close this one out here today.
Yeah, and if I could like add one more small wish to this as well, could we please see some more ground attacks if possible? That would be great as well. And obviously, hopefully some successful ones, so that would be even better. But yeah, a lot of things today are not working as usual, but I think we should introduce our last 2 teams and take a look at the rosters and what players are going to join the match, the last one of today. So let's take a look, and we have for Dream Age, things starting. Royal, we have Navid, we have Hunter Monis, we have Anshu, and we have Lord Nemesis versus Marcos Gaming.
Yeah, for Marcos, we've got Godfather, Alfonso, Grim, Garish, and 11. And a lot of you may know Marcos Gaming as they are from India. Well, I think Alfonso's coming in. We're going to have to see what they're going to be able to do against Dream Age. This is the first time I'm seeing Dream Age. Maybe you guys have seen them before, but Marcos has been in the competition before, many other tournaments. They've even played in the qualifiers for Worlds last year, so they are definitely a well-known team, well-known clan, and they may be favorites. I don't know, against in terms of the other team, as this is a whole new year, right? New players join the rosters, really kind of change up the scene of who might be favored, and really comes down to how can you perform with the pressure on, right? Some players have unfortunately not been able to secure a 2nd star and get a 1-star. If that happens, your chances of winning really go down, as it really also affects the morale of each team.
That is right, but I mean, technically, we have just seen a team winning with a 1-star, okay? So it is possible to win with a 1-star if the other team 1-stars as well. So everything is possible. Yeah. Everything is possible. But yeah, let's, as I said, hope for a really close match with this last one. Really, really close match with everything coming down to the last attack. That's what we would like to see if we have this one wish for you. And as I said, I would just like to add that we see some ground attacks, because I think that's something really cool, which we have not seen too much today so far. So some hybrid, maybe some super bowlers. So let's see if that's going to happen.
Yeah, and the really interesting thing that when we talk about ground attacks, and I'm curious, is like if we think about the ground attacks here, right? And the ground attacks potentially, meta-wise, could be what? Super bowlers. We could have the other ground attack be hybrid. And the one ground attack that over the last few years that we haven't seen, and I really want to get your take, Itsu, of why don't you think we've seen it, is like the P.E.K.K.A. Smash. So why do you think that P.E.K.K.A. Smash with Super Wizards like Warden Walk isn't as popular as it used to be? Well, because it used to be used all the time.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest reason for that is just super bowlers are doing the job better because it's easier to keep them protected because they're your tanks and your damage dealers at the same time. While for P.E.K.K.A. Smash, you have the super wizards, yes, which are better at dealing with the Lava Hound, for example, which we have seen earlier today. But at the same time, it's so hard to keep them alive, like a giant bomb or something, and they're already nearly dead. So it's really hard. And the next thing is the healers. We have talked about the healers earlier. It feels like the healers right now, they feel sadly kind of random in what they're actually healing. And the healing switch is just so much easier at Super Bowlers because they're close to your queen, close to your warden. So having your healer switch actually towards them, it's way more likely than them switching to your P.E.K.K.A. while the P.E.K.K.A. already running far ahead of your main squad. So that's, I feel like, the biggest difference. And yeah, I feel like that's why Super Bowlers are just so much popular. Like, for example, I just love those stats on Twitter, posted from like the Legend team over there. They always post like the strategies which are getting used in the top 200 from the like the season. And for example, we had just have to like sneak over, like we had 8 players in the top 200 playing P.E.K.K.A. Smash, while on the other side we had overall like 19 players playing Super Bowlers. So you can see more than double of the players are playing Super Bowlers because it's just overall stronger. But one thing which surprised me, because we have not seen them at all recently, is Super Witches. 6 players, or let's say 6 accounts, played actually Super Witches in the top 200 in Legend League in the last season, finished in the top 200. So that's kind of interesting overall. I don't know why we don't see them too often in matches. I don't know.
Yeah, that I was literally going to ask you that next question. What about Super Witches? Because we've seen them be used before, but we haven't seen them be used quite a bit. And because what would you say if someone's at home and they want to use Super Witches? What type of base would be best for that, right? So is it like a base that where the town hall is on the complete opposite side and you double jump across? You use a log launcher or something with one jump? Is there a certain base style? Maybe like it's more spread out with gaps, like it's more than 2 tiles between each defense. Does that make for a better Super Witch in terms of where the big boys can kind of get ahead and protect? What would you say is the best base design, if there is one, for Super Witch?
I think the best bases are those diamond-shaped bases where you can like start on the opposite side of the town hall, and then like play with the log launcher, for example, to get all the way towards the town. I feel like those bases are working really great with Super Witches, but overall it feels like even though they're tanky enough to be considered strong enough, just the time-consuming thing for them is the biggest problem. The damage output is such a big problem for them most of the time, and this is why they're, for example, getting like overshadowed from the Super Bowlers. Like again, all of those 3 strategies, Super Witches, Super Bowlers, and for example the P.E.K.K.A. Smash strategy, all of them are kind of similar in how they're getting used, how they like to attack. So yeah, I feel like Super Witches as well on diamond shaped bases, they're working really great, as the other 2 strategies as well. But yeah, that's overall I think the setup you look for.
Yeah, well, one attack strategy that we were able to see from last week was the Super Wizards and Yetis. I don't even know what to kind of call it, but it's where you lose like 10 Yetis and like 7 Super Wizards. It kind of becomes like the spam army, essentially, to kind of move your way through. I'm not going to lie, I used it in CWL yesterday, and I tripled with it. And I used it in Legends League a couple times, and I tripled with it. And it's really strong. And so really, there is a lot of different ground attack strategies that's out there. So to say that there's not enough, it's not true necessarily. You just got to know what you're doing with it. I just think the players at this stage are really good with air, really good with Lalo, and they tend to stick with it. And that's the thing. When people ask me of like, okay, well, how do I get better, right? Well, how do I get more 3 stars? Well, my answer would be, Well, you got to be using your war army when you're farming or when you're doing this. And then the reason for that is that when an attack goes wrong, right? When your queen walks the wrong way, when you don't get the value expected, which happens almost all the time, then you're able to adapt on the fly. And that's what these players can do. And they can adapt on the fly when something goes wrong. And that's what allows them to get the 3 stars that everybody that doesn't realize. And the plans never usually work 100% exactly the way they want it to do. But we're going to see if Nemesis can get his plan to be used properly to get this queen to potentially go in closer to this eagle or maybe even to the bottom. But notice how that blimp didn't get the arch tower or even the air expo, which there was no raid spell. So we'll have to see if that was his plan.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, though, we have seen a lot of attackers who are really, really good in adapting to those queen charges because I feel like, it kind of feels like for 99% of the pro players, their legend army is queen charge Lalo because it's so versatile and you can always force it in those pro matches. You can always force queen charge Lalo onto those bases with the queen barely staying alive. But because it's so good to save attacks, it's such a good thing in those really quickly plan, or like where you really need to quick plan those attacks. That's why it's so good, and that's why some people like to run it. And take a look at those wall breaks. That is just an awesome wall break right there, and it's going to connect, making sure this core is open. And that was a beautiful wall break to get access to the core, and later on to the Royal Champion as well.
Yeah, that queen is going to get some incredible value, including that middle multi-target Inferno. What a wall break. But here comes a rage over the Town Hall. Another freeze is used. There's the Tornado Trap. Some red air bombs are being pulled. More red air bombs. Pops the ability. Town Hall's being secured as there's a poison onto the enemy RC, which just barely misses her. But his queen with her ability is looking good with a handful more spells. But these balloons are taking quite a bit of damage and they get to slow down.
Yeah, the rage now leading into the scatter, and the scatter is getting tanked from that queen. That is so huge. Nicely done with that queen. This one wall break gave him pretty much the 3-star because this Royal Champ with the loons is going to clean things up, and there's already the swag phrase into the core. Time won't be a problem. Nicely done. What an impressive attack to start things off, and you really can see so many pros are using Queen Charge Lalo in Legends. We have seen this now earlier with Bushido. A lot of teams can just force this strategy on whatever base they're going to face. And this is giving you such an advantage in those short formats because you have to remember, those matches are not your regular clan wars where you have 24 hours of planning and, I don't know, just then do your attacks, chilling on the couch. No, this is obviously high pressure. You have around about like 8 minutes or something to plan your attacks, and that is not a lot of time. So having a strategy which you can always force is a really good one. And Queen Charge Lalo is like probably the best strategy right now to choose if you have to pick one strategy which you always want to force.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. We talk about teams that have to plan in the limited amount of time. 8 minutes, that's not much, especially a Queen Charge Lalo. Like, yeah, they've been doing it for so long. They do so many attacks, but still, to plan an attack like that where you almost seems like a triple wall break, get the queen all the way to the core, get some incredible value. Great job there to start it off with a 3-star.
That's right. And now the question is, do we see again a match where both teams are starting things off with a 3-star? Do we see our first close match? Because so far, as we have pointed out earlier, we have seen a lot of one-sided matches in this today's qualifier. So waiting for the first match to have to go all the way to go to the last attack and see how things are going to look like. So what do we have? We have actually the we have the Stinky Goblins for the Town Hall. We have the Dragon Riders. We have the bats cooked up. This attack is always fun to watch.
Yeah, the Soam attack. The attack that he's coined with the Sneakies, the Dragon Riders, the bat spells on the end, and usually pairing up all the heroes with the log launcher to cut across the opposite side of the base. But here it is. The Sneakies are locking out of Town Hall, but ooh, there's the Tornado. And should now be able to send the rest of the Sneakies to grab the Town Hall. Oh, he uses 1, so that means he only has like 6 for the Town Hall. And Viz is down. Come on, come on, Town Hall. Oh, just able to go down. Very nice.
Yeah, there's the Ice Golems coming in. The question now is the funnel going to work? The King, is he going to walk inside? Yes, he is. Nicely done. The last time we have seen this attack, everything walked. Is the King now going in? The Expo is actually locking onto the siege. I am not sure if the... Oh, no, if the Ice are... Oh, vulnerability early on.
No.
I feel like the funnel is such a big problem for all of those teams who so far have used this strategy.
Yeah, that Queen's following the Hound and the Pups, unfortunately, so she's walking around the space. The Yetis did help clear a little bit behind that where the Eagle was, but these Dragon Riders with the RC need to make their way to the top, but there's a lot of the space still left. I don't know if he can get through this. Queen is going to just make her way all the way up and around. You got an air defense to the left, scatter shot towards the bottom. It's going to be tough to get through with 6 bats and only 3 more freezes left now.
Yeah, the multi-front tower is such a big problem. The Royal Champion trying his best to somehow take it down, but the Dragon Rider is getting taken down as well. The bats now swarming the back end, but there is the Wizard Tower, and you have to see the scatter shot still left standing. There's the double freeze, but the scatter is getting already 1 shot off, and at this point there's no freezes left. Can he somehow make this in? Oh no, the scatter. Oh, the scatter did not shoot. That was huge.
What? No way. The scatter did get it. No way. There's a poison. The bats.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
Oh my god. Wow. No way. How did that scatter not shoot? Why? What? How did my scatter shot get put on this base? Because that's what my scatter shot would have done. It wouldn't have shot. And oh my goodness, what a... I didn't think that was going to work at all in terms of the bats, but perfectly placed freeze, I guess, to have these bats move around, and the scatter just didn't get the shot off.
Yeah, that scatter, a paid actor right there. No, I mean, that scatter really not shooting was a disaster for the defender. But another 3-star, that's exactly what we were at least hoping for as spectators, as casters now from this match. It's one of the first times which we have seen a tied-up match from the beginning. So let's hope that it's going to stay that way for quite some time. But we have the next attack now coming in from Dream Age then again, and waiting for what strategy they're going to go with next. We have now seen the first attack, a crazy Queen Charge Lalo from them with really beautiful wall breakers, really impressive. So let's see if they're going to go for Queen Charge Lalo again, or if they're going to change things up and go with some other style attacks, or if they overall like to prefer the Lalo just so much as some of the other teams so far.
Yeah, like every other team, sticking to what they love to do and what they do best of Lalo attacks. It's a very common attack strategy here at the top of the competitive scene. And the answer is yes, another Queen Charge Lalo, but he's doing the Warden with the Log Launcher, wanting to get that value with that King, pulling out that CC of the Hound. Gonna pop the King ability, get ready probably for a Warden Internal Tome. Yep, opens up the core, looking to get all of this value as the Queen just gets rage back up and staying healthy.
Yeah, the Queen now has to walk inside that scatter compartment. Is she going to do that? She should loop around, and yes, she is going to go inside that scatter compartment, but she is not following that log launcher as intended. And with that now, the Town Hall is going to survive most likely, but the Queen is trying to chase that Royal Champion right into the... Oh no! Take a look at that scatter! The Queen is too close to the scatter. He has to freeze it now. And those healers, they have to survive. One more shot and that would be really bad, but they're staying alive for now. But still, the problem is the Town Hall is staying alive, so he has to somehow come up with a good plan.
Yeah, how is he going to get this Queen to the Town Hall area? I mean, she'll walk up and around, but notice, one shot from a red air bomb, and it seems like these healers just might get taken out. The healers are transferring the Warden in towards the Town Hall. Healers! Oh my.
Wait, I just noticed I attacked this base already this season, the Claymore League. So this has to be a, I don't know, I guess a world's base from somewhere, because otherwise it wouldn't be that popular, right?
Right? Oh, balloons on the backside. Queen has her ability, lost the healers. Well, we got another freeze. We got a rage to use. No unicorn for the... There's the rage towards the builder huts. Baby Dragon is down there as well. He's got it.
Wow.
With Queen ability.
How did
Wow.
he save this?
I don't know. Look at that. It is a 3-star. Great job from Hunter of Dream Age. And shows you the strength of the attack. The Queen comes back around, and it's another triple. So Marcos Gaming is going to have to keep up with their 3 stars if they want to stay in it.
Yep, there's a reason why most of those pros use Queen Judge Ladder right now. This strategy is incredible strong, and we have showcased that now, or more likely Dream Age has showcased that so far now twice in their attack so far, and especially the second attack was even more impressive because it was on a crazy recovery where nearly those, like this one scatter shot out of those healers. So really nicely done, getting things around. And now the question is, can we have an answer from Marcos Gaming? Can they answer right away to make this match, or have this match staying really close? The big question. And again, probably I'm kind of annoying with this at this point, but I want to see more ground attacks. Please bring some ground attacks and use some more Super Bowlers. But I guess we have to wait and see what they're going to bring next.
I guess the storyline really is every single war to this point has been at this attack. It's been like a 1-star, right? Or something.
Yeah.
Or it's been both true. Fails, because the wars have all been at this point like 6-4, except the last one was 6-3 because of the 1-star to come in with the second attack. Hey, look at that! They're coming in with the Super Bowlers. What's oh no? What? Is this not the right base?
Yes, great. It's round, but I mean, we like what is the base type we have seen so far all of the times a 1-star on?
Oh,
it's kind of ring base.
Don't do it. Don't jinx it. Don't do it now.
Okay, I'm just excited.
Don't be taking the crown from Lady B. That's her crown. She's jinxing.
Okay.
Oh boy.
She can keep it. I'm totally fine with that. We are just going to enjoy this ground attack right there with the super bonus, and he is going to overcome the jinx power of all of us and make this attack work with this ground approach.
Well, the Super Bowlers are down. He wall breaks in, trying to get this king potentially to run to the bottom side. Oh, well, the P.E.K.K.A. does actually come down there from the Siege Barracks, so they can make their way through as these Super Bowlers are going to jump their way into the core. There's the ward ability. Uh-oh, wait, the Arch Tower's kind of lured. Oh, the King, he goes around. He's going to run to the bottom, so no more King in towards the core by the Town Hall. And he does get the, freeze down. Super Bowlers are going to get spun around by the Tornado Trap, but Town Hall is secured as the multi is still up here, as Velks do indeed come out of the Siege Barracks.
That's interesting. See, now the Valkyrie is getting right into the core and actually taking the tanking for the Royal Champion. That is huge for him. The Queen at the top side took down the defending Queen. This is looking good. This is already not a 1-star, which is great. Now the Royal Champion ability, though, invisibility spell is getting used. The Royal Champ has to engage that single Inferno Tower, which she is doing. And now the Queen, can she take down some more buildings? The healers are trying to tank as well for that Queen. The Royal Champion now with that Warden, they have to take down the Expo. The Expo is firing away on all of those. Oh no, troops.
Oh no.
Expo's going down. The Multi-Inferno Tower is staying alive though.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. The multi will now absolutely shred through these witches. And the P.E.K.K.A. has very low health. So that P.E.K.K.A. is not gonna survive it. And that multi just might be at 98% here. And so you will probably clear out all of the rest of this. But those final 2 buildings, that multi is going to be absolutely menacing to destroy his troops. As that P.E.K.K.A. is slowly getting taken out.
Yeah, and this means it is really this 98%. The P.E.K.K.A. taking the charge now. The Wizards are cleaning things up, but this one Multi-Inferno Tower staying alive and being able to take down all of those remaining troops which are about to engage versus that. And Time is ticking as well, so this means it is still close, though. It is still close. This means we have a 2-star 98% for Marcus Gaming with the ground attack. So appreciate the ground attack, but it did not work regarding the 3rd star, but still a really solid attack.
Very nice try there, but he did come in with the Super Bowlers, like you said. You wanted to see a ground attack strategy. They brought it here. They were listening to you, Itzu, and they wanted to bring it, but falling short. Hey, at least it was a 2-star against the ring base, right? That is what you are kind of in the back of your mind worried about when it comes to attacking if it is going to 1-star, which is what it's every other war has had so far here today, because this is the last one here today, and then we'll be coming back same time tomorrow for the final 4 matches to crown first place for qualifier number 2 and hand out the playoff points. It's not to get into the playoffs. Remember, just keep that in mind. It's just going to get points. And then after the next week qualifiers, you take all the points together, and then the top 4 advance to the playoffs. And then we will have a last chance qualifier for teams to earn into the final spot, the final 4 spots into the playoffs. So that is a whole different system, as the playoffs is kind of has a double elimination bracket and then a play-in stage. It's kind of a 2-phase last chance qualifiers to get into the playoffs, which is, I know the pro players are definitely liking for sure. But does Royal like this base to get a Queen Charge Lalo triple with that log launcher?
Yeah, that is the question. Entering with those heroes around the core, I feel like those heroes are a little bit early in my opinion, because the big problem obviously being that the queen has not funneled, so now the king is walking to the wrong side. Exactly, that's the reason why I said it's too early, because you want to have the king walking the other side than the queen, taking down the top scatter compartment and not joining forces with that queen, because that is not really how the plan is looking like. So yeah, kind of surprised he's taking that approach, but there is so many traps in the core. So that is great, taking care of all of those, but at the same time, the core is empty, so he wouldn't go there anyways with those Loons. So we have to wait and see now how things are going to turn out, because this top royal champion is staying alive. The queen has to make it all the way to the town hall, and that's one of those queen charge lockdown charges where if everything goes well, you can swag the Lalo. If everything is going to hell, you are going to swag the 2nd star. So let's see what he's going to do.
Yeah, with that wall break into the middle, they're going to open up the town hall compartment. But we got a single target Inferno behind the town hall. And we're going to have to use 2 freezes. Got to keep this queen alive. There's the first. We have the enemy royal champion on the backside. Some Yetis up there, but still has the Lalo to deploy. Town hall is being taken out. Freeze again. Gonna help keep this queen alive and get ready for the Lalo. I mean, look, 70% and the Lalo hasn't even come down yet. When is the Lalo being deployed?
I think right now he's trying to swag it kind of, but there it is coming in. He has to wait as well a little bit for the town hall poison to run out. Now the haste spell to get this Warden out of the way on defense. But there is still the defending royal champion. He has to send his own headhunters soon in. Don't tell me that he's able to mess this Lalo up. There is no way how he's going to do that. Headhunters are in. Royal champion taken down, but take a look at that time. It's 12 seconds, and this one is going to be a race versus the clock.
Storage. Oh, we got the sneaky goblins working onto it. Come on, no! It's gonna fall short! Wow, a 98! Another 98% 2-star in this war. So, if we see Marcos Gaming coming in with a triple, this could be completely now switched and tied up, as there will be 100% tie as a 98 to 98 to all triples from the other attacks. Man, what a great effort. And like you said, that king kind of walking, kind of like messed it up where he wanted the king to go to the top side, and it's just didn't have enough cleanup over on the right side there and fell short.
Yeah, I feel like this could have changed a lot of things. Yes, you would kind of be maybe surprised by saying, okay, start the heroes later, even though this was a time fail. But I feel like with this queen, pushing forward and actually getting those key defenses out of the way, making sure the king is going to the top side, you would have probably had to play Lalo for like 3 buildings or something, and then you can save a couple of loons to clean up for the storages. So I think having the heroes starting too early was the key thing for this attack to time fell. I mean, it still looked great, but now we have the chance for Marcus Gaming to get the comeback, and we actually have an Electron or something, I think, coming in already. That's kind of cool. I have not seen that in a while. I think those chains now should be crazy on... Wow, those chains are incredible on this Elixir storage. Getting a lot of value right there. And that's actually surgical Electro Dragons with abusing the storages around the base.
Yeah, beautiful job as now the Dragons and Dragon Riders come in to kind of path their way through. This is kind of a natural funnel to this base towards the Town Hall at this point. But that E-Drag on the left is going to go down to those Teslas. Get ready for a Warden ability. Protects it as they're going to path their way through. His heroes are going to kind of walk their way towards this Town Hall as he can wall break. Nope, he actually doesn't have any wall breakers, so he's going to rely on these Dragons to clear the Town Hall, but they're kind of splitting at this point.
Yeah, they're splitting, and the core Dragons are getting taken down slowly. Now everything has to push to the scatter shot, and especially take a look at this backhand too. There's another scatter surrounded by Tesla and a ground expo and even a protecting king, so that it won't be too easy to push through that. And still the Town of Poison ticking on all of those troops, even the Warden. Took a lot of damage just from this Town of Poison, just for traveling through that. King abilities getting used, another freeze, and now he has 1 freeze left, and he has a poison as well for the defending king. But time... Oh, there's now the clan castle coming out as well.
Yeah, out comes a Lava Hound and Ice Skull. I'm going to slow him down quite a bit, especially with that queen, but he still has the Royal Champion, so she's going to help clear the lava pups with his heroes, jump over the wall, but we have the defending king. Gonna have to get her ability off, and gonna have to freeze this area as well.
Yes, he has to freeze that.
Oh,
there's the freeze now on the king.
The king.
Royal ability, and he has the queen ability, so maybe that queen can somehow save the day for him. But the king is not with the queen, so the tanking is maybe not there.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Was that a wrong freeze spell? Should he have used it on the defenses and not the king here at this point with only 27 seconds left? The king's going to beat through the wall. Queen's got her ability, so she's going to have to go through that wall. Pops it. Reaches over. Grabs the storage. She's going to go through the wall as well. Only 15 seconds, though. I think there's too many defenses. Too many buildings. Oh, no. Skelly's too. Wow. 97.
Yeah, no way. That is
unfortunate.
But we have a lot of high percentage attacks so far, which means so far this match is still incredibly close. It's only 8-7 with percentage being really close to each other, so anything can still happen. 1 3-star and things are going to get flipped on its head. So everything's still open. That's exactly what we're looking for. Not again a one-sided match as we already had. And well, let's see what the next attack is, and I'm pretty excited to see what we can see next, what type of strategy, if it's going to be Lalo again, which so far seems to be the strategy of choice for Dream Age.
Yeah, this is the war of the day so far, being close, because at this point, a lot of the wars were starting to become one-sided, and that's what we really want to see, of the wars being close, where it comes down to the final attack. You don't know who's going to win, and especially as a player, it's got to be nerve-wracking to know that if you're the last player, and you know that you triple, you win. If you don't, you lose. And it kind of comes with the territory of being the last attacker, where you hold the pressure of, you're saying, oh, either I win or lose the war. A lot of times the viewers are watching like, oh, this person caused them to lose the war, couldn't attack. Well, in reality, not the case, because all the attackers are combined, right? But it's always that last attacker that has that lasting memory. But let's see if Navid can get this triple using the Zap Lalo, taking out the enemy queen, which has been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah, and especially this base looks really, really cool. Like, I have not seen a base like this, and we know especially Goresh, I think is a really, really good base builder. So he is coming up with those creative ideas, creative approaches. So cannot wait to see how this base is going to defend. I mean, this if anyone tries to copy maybe a base, I think this base would be perfect for Legend. Looks already really cool. But now let's see if Lalo can actually take it down, because so far we have seen... Oh no, the Queen walking the wrong way. We have seen a lot of bases with those core town halls, which actually were defending great versus Lalo. And Blim coming in as well with the Ground Warden, but the Queen going the wrong way. That was not planned, and it could cause a lot of problems for this attack.
Yeah, he uses that blimp for the town hall and is going to be able to help take it down. Is there sneaky goblins in there? It just might be, but there's a ton of builders that are going to be repairing this town hall. Oh, and yes, the town hall is secured, as now the Lalo is coming in from the bottom with a few balloons, and the Warden trying to make his way through, but a single target Inferno is still standing. The RC passed their way to it to try to help take it down.
Yeah, trying to take it down, but the sweeper and everything is pushing. There is a nice freeze with a lot of headhunters to take down the Royal Champ, and now the Loons should be able to take down the scatter shot if the sweeper is not doing too good of a job. But the Royal Champion shield coming in clutch. And now it's all about this backhand. Are there any more red bombs? There's the first one coming up. The Royal Champion, is it going to take down the Expo? The Expo versus the Royal Champion, and it's going to be the win for the Royal Champion. Or not.
Oh, look at those. Still got the single. Uh-oh. Wait a second. The single's still up. Can he make his way through? No. Gonna fall short. We have the headhunters to the bottom side, but there's just too many defenses, and we got ourselves a defense. So a 3-star from Marcos Gaming, and they'll be all tied up.
Yes, indeed. A really good defense, actually, because this so far is the best defense which we have seen in this match so far. 91% overall. So things are looking good, but there's always the thing. Defense is great, but at the same time, you need to make good use of your defense to triple in your offense, right? Like, even if you have a great defense, if you do not make it count with your own offense, it's useless at the end of the day. So they need to make sure that they're pushing this open window and get maybe a lead out of this.
Yeah, can they do it? Can they take advantage of this opportunity? That's the question. You're going to have to keep trying to push here for triples to tie this one up, and that would put it to 10-10. And if they keep tripling out, it would be a 13-13 war, which we've seen some 14s. We've seen a 10, we've seen 11, we've seen a mix of everything, even 12 in between it all. What these final set of attacks will be.
Yeah, and there we go. We have the next attack coming in with 11 using another Queen Charge Lalo versus this base of Dream Agent. If I remember it correctly, I think this is a base of Repotted, which they used in one of the earlier tournament qualifiers. So let's see if it's going to make good work for Dream Age as well. We have the Blimp coming in, and there we go. Blimp raged up, should take down the Inferno Tower. Meanwhile, Fancast is getting lured, and Queen should take it down. Just then, Queen charged that multi-Inferno Tower on the left side.
Yeah, as that Queen is taking out the Lava Hound slowly, but that multi-target Inferno, look how much health! There's like no health left of it. Oh, that could cause some problem. And the builder now is going to repair it. Oh, how unfortunate. And the wall break doesn't seem like it might have opened one wall piece. That's it. So this could be an issue for the Queen. Is he trying to get her to charge into the multi? There's another rage for her, though.
She's leaping forward, trying to get deeper into that base. Oh, where is she going next? She's going inside. Okay, so mission complete. She's getting further inside, and now he can actually use the wall breaks to get to that tower. This Queen Charge so far looks great, even though he did not take down the right side multi-Inferno Tower, so that's something which he has to worry about if those healers might get in range with the King as well, not taking down defenses, but instead gold mines and elixir collectors on the outside, but the Lalo is starting.
Yeah, with that Lalo starting over into the Eagle, the Queen does now lock onto the Town Hall. We have the defending World Champion. But look, that multi on the back end is hitting the Queen now. Going to be doing some damage. The Warden ability goes off. Pulls some red air bombs. All the red air bombs over by that ground expo over there on the left. But his World Champion is pathing her way and trying to get through this King. But there's the Invis. And the Queen goes down. But can he continue with these balloons? With the RC ability still intact. Hang on. That multi, though, is doing so much damage. Oh, boy. These balloons are pathing their way around. Has an RC ability to skip. Can skip onto the multi. I would hit it now. Come on. RC. Wait. He's waiting. For... Oh. The final buildings, though. Wait. He pops it now. Yes. Skips. And there we go. Ooh. And 11 gets the 3-star for Marco. So now... it's a completely tied up war. And Marcos has just taken the lead with percentage.
That is the war we were hoping for. That is the perfect war to finish off this day, because we have now a 10-10 match with both teams have 1 attack left. And now it would be even better if Dream Age 3 stars, because this means, well, Marcos King would need to 3-star as well. So that would be for us the optimal case to make this attack, make this match coming down to the last attack. That would be great. Let's see if that's going to happen. But so far, both teams really prefer those Lalo attacks in Queen Charge in different variations, and they were really good so far with executing those. Every single attack above the 90% mark. But the last attack has to hit the 100% mark. Otherwise, this match is pretty much done otherwise for Dream Age. So they have to 3-star to save their tournament hopes and actually get more qualifier points to have a higher chance then of getting to the next stage of this tournament.
Yeah, the pressure is on. Final set of attacks, the final attack for each team here going in. Because if we have a triple from GMH, that then forces Marcos Gaming to have to triple as well. What the plan here is going to be in with the Dragons, but look at the base. We've got that Town Hall into the core. The anti-2-star with that blimp making it. There's the Invis. There is the Rage. Super Wizards are going to help try to take the Town Hall down. The Invis is perfectly placed so they can go directly for the scatter shot. And I'm surprised there weren't any, giant bombs in this area, and he was able to just get the value.
Yeah, really, really great blimp right there. But as well, this base, another common legend base. So let's see. Maybe that is why they used these blimps. Maybe because they knew this base. That might be a reason. But now they have to follow this up. Doing the clan cast at the bottom side, taking down that with that queen. Then push those heroes to the far left with those dragons as well. But the question is, aren't they going to completely split, to the left, to the bottom, to anywhere pretty much? I'm kind of confused by the dragon entry, to be honest.
That's what I'm thinking too. They're going to go in each different direction, left and right, as the Queen and King are down to the bottom. Wall breaks his way through to get them to continue to the left side at this point, but it hasn't used the Warden ability. I thought usually for a dragon attack like this, you would use it right away, but he does, and he hangs on to it through some red air bombs. Now he pops it through the core where more traps are, including the tornado trap, as he's pathing his way up to the enemy Queen, and the World Champion is moving in under the Warden and all of his heroes.
Yeah, and as we have said, everything's splitting so bad. This top side with the Dragon Riders are giving a lot of problems, but the Royal Champion, Royal Champion now to take down the back end. Can this Queen maybe save this, but at the same time, there's an Archer Tower, which is out of reach. So I'm not really sure about that.
The Queen's ability goes off. The Unicorn is trying to heal up this Queen. The Owl is actually still alive, helping the Queen, but getting locked down by the Archer Tower. The Owl is going to go down. Nothing else other than one Archer to use on the outside, but can't reach those corner Archer Towers. Oh, actually can reach the one on the right by walking around the wall. But this Queen's going to go down. The Unicorn can't heal her up in time. Oh, she just takes it down. but she's now going to get taken out by the other Archer Tower here. And it's a defense. It is a defense.
Yes, it is. And this means as long as Marcus Gaming is not messing things up really big time, this should be their match to win. Getting above the 90% mark would for sure give them the victory. I think even less should be already enough to get them the win. But still, we have seen a lot of 1-stars and crazy things happen. I do not want to call this too early. I mean, that we do not want to take the crown away from Lady B, right? So that's all good. We want to see the last attack being solid. Seeing the last attack being a solid 90% 2-star attack at least to give Marcus Gaming this victory to make sure that they are moving on into the next round for tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're focused on this. They don't have to 3-star, just have to get the 2-star and percentage to advance to tomorrow, like you said, because we will have 4 wars tomorrow. This is the last one, the last attack here today of the first day of qualifier number 2. Because if you guys are wondering, there is going to be a 3rd qualifier next week. So if you want a chance to try to earn playoff points, you can compete in that. And so far, anything is on the table because it's been all different teams every week, which means that it's completely open to even teams that come in and win it next week. They can get enough points to qualify for the playoffs. So your chance is not over. You have the opportunity, and Grim is looking to take this one down as use the lightning spell seemed to be onto the top side, which was probably, from what I'm looking at, maybe some expos wanted to take out. There probably was 2 expos. There was a symmetrical base, would be my guess. As now the King's ability goes off, as the Queen goes in, as the CC of the Hound and Headhunters get lured out.
Oh my goodness, please no. The ring base curse is on, but Grim is trying to overtake it with going at this base. Another legend base, which is out there. I would consider it kinda common, but it does not make this base any more easy or any more enjoyable to attack. The question though is, can he take down the Multi-Inferno Tower? That would be for sure his goal for this Queen dive. Queen so far is moving in and avoiding the Multi-Inferno Tower, completely avoiding that Multi-Inferno Tower.
Oh,
instead now he has to send in the Royal Champion as well.
Oh, the Town Hall.
I don't know, starting from this bottom side.
But he's got a blimp that he could send for the Town Hall, right, to secure it. The Warden is down, finds a Tesla farm. Headhunters go straight in. There's the blimp. Remember, he needs to get percentage as well. So if this is a low percentage, this could be the difference maker in the war here as the blimp makes it. Red Air Bob's Tornado Trap, that's going to be a problem. And remember, ring bases can be a lower percentage 2-star. And it lands. Sneaky Goblins need to secure the Town Hall. Come on, come on. Yes. It goes down. Okay, he got the 2-star. You can see on the right side, the percentage is slowly increasing. It just needs to get past at 95.8, and they will be the winners. Uh-oh. Wait a second. It's not there yet. Oh, almost. One more.
Oh.
Yes. And he's got it.
Yes, there we go.
There it is. Wow.
That was so close.
Oh, my. Just a few buildings over, and there goes the last storage. And Marcos Gaming is going to win on percentage in this war. Man, that's what you like to see, where it comes down to the final attack, and Marcos Gaming is going to be advancing.
Yeah, and for today's qualifier, because I feel like
it
was just completely out of place if you compare it to, for example, last week's qualifier, where, as you said, we had multiple 13, 14, 15-star counts, and today I think the highest score was by far 14 stars, and we had even a 10-star match and everything in between. So I would love to see the hit rates overall, especially, I mean, we have to be fair, with tomorrow as well combined, because we are going to see 4 of the teams of today competing tomorrow again.
Yes, indeed. Well, let's take a look at the bracket here so we can get a final look of the teams moving on to tomorrow, which are going to be Vatang taking on Team EXO, and then Lacode Badusho versus Marcos Gaming. And the storyline is Vitang coming in with Queen Charge Lalo, Team XO coming in with a lot of E-Dragons, Bushido and Marcos Gaming coming in with a mix, but Bushido really coming in with the Queen Charge Lalo as well. So Queen Charge Lalo has been really a staple here today, as well as in the months and years past in the competitive scene for Clash of Clans. But man, what a war, what a set of wars we've had today, from a close one to the very end to some, I would say, not so close ones earlier today, but I'm sure the teams that are going to be competing in tomorrow's match, which we're going to have 4, is going to be absolutely incredible. I can't wait for that, Itsu.
Okay, and as well, if you guys want to sign up for future qualifiers as well, the registration for the 3rd qualifier for next week, weekend, or for the next week as well, you can just sign up, go onto the rush.gg website, make sure to sign up, and make sure to have a chance competing versus the best, but as well winning versus the best as well, winning at the same time a lot of prize money, which is on the line overall. So looking forward to that. As we already said, we have tomorrow another set of crazy matches. And Corbin, was a lot of fun casting with you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, Itsu, and thank you to everybody. And hopefully you guys enjoyed these wars. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. UTC for the next set of the 4 wars. We'll be crowning first place to get 15 points to be potentially maybe moving to the playoffs. We'll have to see, since there is a 3rd qualifiers. But that's going to wrap it up here today. Clash Masters presented by Rush.gg. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day. Clash on.